How about this whitest guy sentence ever? One day I was in Rhode Island waiting for a ferry to go to Chowderfest.
That's why animals, I think, are perfect, because they're beautiful, but there's no world in which I want to have sex with them.
My one-man show called Zacked.com is now over.
Do you think his parents were like, if you want to sing in public,
Make it American.
Star Spangled? Woo! So you got your pee out?
Got the pee out, so we'll be good for another 5. And
Okay. I thought I heard you literally jerking off in there.
I was spraying a scent because we just got some new essential
Into your
oils.
urethra?
Yeah. That's a weird. Do you make a
That's
noise?
a good sound effect.
Oh, thanks.
No. But I am a nervous peer, or like have been. So sometimes, this is weird to say in the beginning of the episode, but sometimes when I have to make myself pee in rhythm, and this always works, I go, please let me pee, please let me pee, please let me pee, please. Like, to my body. I'm like beseeching. I'm basically on my hands and knees begging.
Yeah, you're doing the pee song, the pee chant.
Please let me pee, please let me pee, please let me pee, please let me pee.
But what do you mean pee in rhythm, by the way?
Did I say pee in rhythm?
Yeah.
I don't know what I meant by that.
Me neither. You said it so I was like,
I said it
am
so
I the only one who doesn't
nonchalantly?
know what that is?
Come on, you know.
I was like, peeing in rhythm.
Yeah.
I was like, I take it however.
Well, I mean, it was brought up at last year's conference. Did you miss that talk?
No, I didn't. I was there the
That
whole
pee in
time.
rhythm?
Butts and cats.
Yeah. Piss and shits and pisses. I don't know. Sometimes if you have to pee before bed or like right before you leave the house or something.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it lets my mind go to a different place so my body can take the driver's
you're
seat.
like relaxing. Yeah, I think that's.
I think I leave for a minute and I'm like, body, you take care of this.
I do that with when I would hook up with girls when I was single and always get ED. I'd go, please, please get hard, please get hard, please get hard. And they go, can you stop saying that? Can you stop
As you
talking
try
in
to
my ear?
mush your penis
Yeah.
into them. All right, we're not going to be as horn doggy as we were last episode. I actually have a few thoughts contrary to what we were talking about in our horny spring. But when spring starts, it's, you get a burst. I think it's biological.
Well, I think it's
there's a rebirth. There's pollen, which is, we all know what that is.
That's tree cum.
Yeah.
Well, I also think it's the clothing contrast is huge.
The clothing contrast.
You go from a
right.
puffy, puffy jackets to puffy nips.
Uh-huh.
It's a crazy.
Oh.
So it's like, you go into
Every
people
time
that
you say puffy nips, Heather calls.
Charles, stop talking about this.
Talking about my nips.
Babe, I can't. It's good fodder for the pot. But what's okay? So what's the rest of this anti-hot thought?
I could start with that, but that seems like we're getting into it too spicy. Maybe we'll tease that for midway through the app. I want to hear about you have a cat now. You went on.
Yeah.
You went out to Rhode Island. By the way, guys, this is just going to be this is overshadowed, and this app's going to be just me and Chuck catching
chilling
up.
on the couch.
Chilling on the couch.
It's Memorial Day weekend. We all had a long
well,
weekend.
we haven't. I mean, we haven't. As I published the Ben Franklin episode 2 days ago, I realized we haven't done anything for like a month.
Mm-hmm.
So, we should have historical figures, but we have also not officially hung out.
Yeah, and we need consistency.
On mic in a month.
Okay. What would you rather have? No consistency or no historical figure?
I think people like the hangout episodes.
I think so. You need
both.
We need both.
You need both. But I haven't seen you. You went to Rhode Island with Heather. You got a cat.
Mm-hmm.
I was in Pennsylvania, Confederate flag, Pennsylvania, with Nick and Austin, and I went to Lake Cavern.
How was that?
Shenandoah,
Yeah,
hiking. No, I want to hear about your stuff first.
Okay,
I want to hear about the cat, Rhode Island. Is there any? What's going on?
A couple of pet peeves I want to just get your thoughts on. We'll go to Rhode Island. We went to Rhode Island for Memorial Day weekend, and then Heather does this thing where she'll like read a book and then be like, "The author of this book is from Rhode Island, and let's go." And I'm like, "It's a great way to pick."
Really?
Yeah. And then it's always this. It was like this storybook, little ocean town, Narragansett.
Uh-huh.
Very beautiful.
Howdy, neighbor.
We go to an Airbnb, and then first thing, lady immediately sees us pull in. She's in the driveway talking to us. I don't like small talk, but we did that. Get into the Airbnb. This was my mistake for not bringing my laptop. How do you feel about no TV in the Airbnb?
Ooh, no.
I was no TV.
No,
and immediately
give me at least
I was
a small, disappointing TV.
Yes.
That's the TV that needs to be maximum 32-inch, where you can watch a movie on it, but you're kind of mad.
Yeah, we walked in there, and after a minute, I was like, "So, what are we gonna do?" I kind of like got mad at her for blaming. Like, I was like, "The trip's ruined."
She's on the bed, like like tracing an outline with her finger, and you're like, babe, this is bullshit.
There's no fucking TV here.
Spraying whipped cream on her body.
Yeah.
You're like, what are we gonna do?
Babe, get dressed and go talk to the Airbnb. We're gonna have to use her part of the house
At a
to
time
watch
like
TV.
this,
Come on,
you're messing around.
You know, what's the show that was ending?
Succession.
Succession, babe.
There it is.
Memorial Day weekend on Succession. There's
Clearly-
not no TV here.
Clearly, you're a true.
And
fan.
also when the host was talking to us, like 65-year-old lady who like retired there, so she owns the house. It's like a multi-family house, so she Airbnbs the floors, and she stays in like the bottom little, looks like a dorm. It's very tiny. She just chills in there. She came up and while she was walking away, she's like, "By the way, I don't hear anything. I don't hear anything."
Wow.
Really, I was like,
He's really pushing you.
She goes,
to
just
have
so you know, I
sex.
can't hear anything.
No TV. Can't hear anything.
Yeah.
Do whatever you're gonna do, but just know.
Also, there's a big hole, peephole. That's nothing. That came with the house.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was like,
You
yeah,
think she says it to everybody?
I hope so. But I think her thought is like, I think it was nice of her to be like, I know you probably don't think you don't want an old lady hearing you guys have sex, but I can't hear you guys. And when she told me that, I was like, you can hear us.
I think you can't. I think they're from a different time. I don't think. I think she was 65.
At least, probably in her 70s.
I think for her sake and yours, she couldn't hear you. I don't know. I just feel like they're more sensitive to that kind of stuff.
like they don't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Like we think it's fun and maybe people are turned on, but I don't know.
Yeah, no, I can't. Sex comes up, and then maybe you're reminded of your own age. You're just like, oh, that's something I used to do way
I do
back.
wonder when you stop having it. You know, because Martha Stewart did that.
Yeah, what was her thing?
82-year-old
Like,
photo
you
shoot.
got to be banged all the time or whatever.
So that
I
that
didn't
the heading
read
of the
it, but
article?
I saw people
You got to be banged all the time or whatever.
Or whatever.
By Martha Stewart.
Martha Stewart.
Op-ed.
Then another quote under Emerald. Bam! You remember that guy?
Yeah. Interesting to tie him in here.
Well, they were both the celebrity chefs
Right.
around the time.
Fair enough. I just think of her as a sex icon now.
Yeah, it's true.
That's kind of overwritten everything. I've
That
ever
was a
done.
nice move. In the director's thing, they're like, all right, everybody's got Bud Light just did trans. We need a new cover because that's what we were going to do.
Old cooking star. Wasn't
John-
she like it though? Wasn't she like a huge household name?
Huge household name. Then she went to jail
Really?
for like
For
years.
saying that? No, that was Paula Deen.
I think it was like a taxes thing.
Mm.
So we're in this Airbnb. It's
Yeah,
a beautiful,
sorry.
beautiful storybook town. All the homes are like, it's all right on the ocean. All the homes are like that old Beechwood, like East Coast. So you're just walking through. It looks like you're in a book. Very funny thing I noticed about like everything's like Americana. Every flags everywhere. Even it was Memorial Day weekend, but I think this is a town with a million flags up all the time.
Yeah,
anyway.
year-round.
Yeah, this is a year-round flag town. This is, I mean, the cars driving around with multiple American flags and POW flags. That's always fun to.
Prisoner of war.
Yeah, POW. Like there was this guy. We saw a Jeep. This guy bought like a bumper.
Remember the POWs?
Yeah, he had a bumper attachment that was like a fork of 3. So we put American, of course, in the middle. To the right was POW, and to the left was you know how Blue Lives Matter has the one blue stripe?
Right.
He had a green stripe, and that's like National
Forest
Guard,
Rangers?
Forest Rangers,
Oh.
people, anybody who's worked security at a nightclub.
That's interesting to go so far because like it's kind of like police versus black people.
Yeah.
So you kind of pick a side.
Mm-hmm.
But to put forest rangers in there, I feel like you could be on everyone's. That's such a. It's not
nobody's
an either or.
anti-for. No, yeah, nobody's.
Yeah.
Who's campaigning against them?
I don't know.
He probably bought a Blue Lives Matter flag and then spray painted over it.
He's like, it's black people versus park rangers. Everyone knows it,
Yeah.
and I've picked my team.
I'll wait for the rest of you
I'm
to
with-
join.
I'm with Yogi, baby.
My Reddit's growing.
So wait, what were the flags again? American.
American, POW,
What's the POW?
prisoner of war missing in action. It's black with like the guy's like silhouette. It's like a Lincoln silhouette.
Wow.
Think about the penny, but black and white. And then it says like
It's
P-
Lincoln silhouette,
It's
or
not,
it's just
it's like a-
silhouette,
it's
and
like a
then Lincoln
silhouette
is
of a-
also silhouetted
Yeah, I'm thinking like
in a penny.
Yeah, think of the penny.
Okay.
Make it black and white.
A profile.
Yes.
A silhouette profile.
Yes.
Of a missing man,
Yes. And then
or still captured.
yes.
Okay.
And
And then forest rangers. Lives matter.
yeah.
Okay.
And that's a
This
silhouette
guy's
of
the
Yogi.
overshadowed of America.
Mhm.
He's like,
Mhm.
remember these people? I bet you don't think about these people.
Yeah, I bet you don't think about the lifeguards, the janitors, or the forest rangers.
The baggage handlers at the airport.
Come on, guys. The bottom of the pyramid is what makes the top shine.
the Luxor wouldn't be nearly as cool without all the bottom ones that didn't shine.
Yeah, you want the tip, but you need sandstone.
I don't know, man. I'm on this guy's side so far. He's just trying to highlight the forgotten.
Yeah,
and
it's
that's
true.
what we do.
Yeah, it's true.
That's what we do. What interesting choices. Do you think he made the rig himself? He made that flag trident?
Yeah.
That's probably a big piece of it.
I'm sure he's an underwater welder because this is this is what this town was. A lot of crabbers and a lot of underwater welders.
That must be a great job.
Oh,
you must
man.
get paid
you get paid
six
great because you're
figures.
risking death.
Right, and somehow you're making fire through water.
Yeah, what are you doing?
How's that
Yeah,
happening?
that's
You're
cool.
also kind of magical.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. You're an underwater wizard.
Well, you're a welding scuba diver. So
Yes.
you have you have a lot of skills.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's cool.
And you got to come up slow, right? Because the pressure all the way down there.
The bends.
You have to do that thing where you like slowly rise.
Do they work on like? Sorry, you just got me on this tangent about underwater underwater welders. That fascinates me. We can keep talking about the flag
please
guy.
stay in the
No,
pocket.
I don't
if
know.
If anything comes up, it's a good joke.
I don't know if I have anything about underwater
All right,
welders.
I better not get a text about this.
No.
You
This
should
is
have
on
underwater
me.
welded
This
more.
is on me.
Okay.
I don't think I have anything.
I think there's
about
gold
it.
here.
What do you got?
Nothing. I just thought you were. I
Well,
saw
my
you
question, now that you asked, was did they go down to the deep sea oil rigs and like weld them up?
I've only seen the videos. I don't know how the deep sea oil rigs are built initially, but I've seen videos of the maintenance.
Do you think they break into underwater safes?
I would imagine so, for sure. That's probably how Atlantis disappeared. It just went bankrupt.
Well, that-
They kept getting robbed. No one ever thinks of remembers this financial
financial
crisis of
consequences.
Atlantis. I have a flag that remembers Atlantis and all the hardships it went through. It's like Germany's flag. You know, it's like red, yellow, black, orange, yellow. Black, red, yellow, right? Orange. It's like
We talked about it, right? Yeah.
it's like through darkness, through blood, there's sunshine.
Right.
And
Through darkness and blood, sunlight.
I got one of
or
those,
something.
but one of those stripes was blue for Atlantis.
Yeah, who do you think made that Germany flag? The
Man.
victims of the Holocaust?
Definitely.
They're the real ones going through the ordeal
They
here.
definitely used all the fluids coming out of their body to paint that flag. So that was, I mean,
Jesus.
jeez.
Jesus Christ.
That is quite the color. Black for your national flag in there?
Maybe they're talking about their public perception.
All
Of
right.
darkness and blood. Right, they had to kill a few of them.
Yeah.
Kill a few of the Nazis. Yeah, back on the top of people's minds.
And everybody will
As
know.
BMW creators, engineers, and we're very sorry about that absurd scene.
We're BMW, we're very sorry. every company's motto in
Every German
Germany.
company's Audi, seriously, very sorry. BMW, we apologize to the Jews.
Volkswagen. And again, it is not lost on us.
Trying to think of over the weekend, whenever an acronym came up, me, Austin, and Nick tried to be the first to think of a funny
Nice, that's
fill-in.
fun.
I can't think of one for BMW right now. Be my Wiener Schnitzel. That's what you say on Valentine's Day.
Batman's wiener.
Batman's Wiener. Yeah, that's not bad. Batman's one word, though.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're talking about
Batman's.
generic Batman.
Okay. How about
Like a man who is a bat.
Okay. How about Batman's wiener? A separator.
You're right. Yeah,
There
yeah,
we
yeah.
go.
It's not the Batman. It's a Batman's
Man's wiener.
Wiener.
It's the penis of a Batman.
I think we figured that one out.
Yeah. It's, I
Um,
just saw this.
I love that flag. I've never seen a POW flag.
All right. Okay. Well, I
Ever.
have
Like,
a
I've never
surprise
seen
for
any
you.
of these flags. What was the first one?
I s-
American? What was that? Like South? We should have an American flag that's, we should have a flag that unites our whole landmass. North and South America.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be
The
fun.
true American
Yeah.
flag.
And Canada.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so you're in this nice, quaint,
Okay. So we get to the.
quaint
another.
ocean town.
I was
Is it
gonna-
on the sea?
It's like a block away.
From the sea.
So it's like in it. Yeah. From the.
Say it.
What?
The sea.
Let's see. Yeah, it's like a block away. You walk there. Here's another thing I always notice when we go to these. Heather and I go to these little storybook towns. Ice cream is a huge deal in these little towns across
It's
America.
cute.
Ice cream
They're
is
trying to pump their cuteness
there's
like it's the stock price
ice
of the town.
everywhere.
Uh-huh.
Everywhere.
A lot of
Boston.
merry-go-rounds too.
Not. I didn't see a
Bunting.
merry-go-round. I didn't see
Pies
a-
cooling on the window.
Oh yeah. A lot of golden retrievers with little flag ascots.
Bandanas.
Yeah.
Ascots with sweaters tied around their necks.
A
and
lot of Harleys
sunglasses.
revving in the wind. No matter where you go, there's a guy outside idling a Harley.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a new BMW
So,
motorcycle.
so you're a block away from the
We're a block away from the sea.
beach.
We get there. There's no
That's
Airbnb.
awesome.
Yeah, but it's like a
There's
very.
no Airbnb.
I mean, there's no TV in the Airbnb, but we're by the ocean. It's a very beautiful town. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
all right, we're gonna do something
What was the plan to do there?
just to go and hang out, eat a bunch of seafood, and then just we're gonna go to Block Island. That was the main plan.
Okay.
So just like walk around all day, be
That's where
outside,
they invented Tetris.
chill at the beach. Yeah, go to Block Island. They were having a chowder festival. So we get there. First of all, I got the first thing we did. Let me get your opinion on this on the seafood.
Chowder Festival.
There was this little. There's like
Sounds
this.
brutal on the digestive.
Oh yeah, but it was good.
Wow.
We went to eat at this place.
We
that
have
was
5 toilets, no TVs. You'll see why. Trust us.
Chowderfest's gonna be.
Yeah.
You're not gonna need a TV for. You're gonna be spending the night in the bathroom. Oh, let me get. What's your? You eat seafood?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your
I'm
favorite?
going home this weekend for Crab Fest.
Oh whoa!
Yeah, we're setting up like tents and shit.
You just missed Chowderfest.
Well, I'm gonna save room for Crab Fest. I
Okay.
don't want to spoil
How's
my
Crab
appetite.
Fest? Is it a big deal?
It's not. It's just a thing my family's doing that I'm calling Crab Fest. But my family, like the cousins, the grandparents, the great uncles, it's gonna be like 50 people.
Oh wow.
And they're like renting a tent,
Okay.
and then we're gonna be on the yard cracking open crabs, and my vegan girlfriend's gonna be there. So that's
Oh
gonna be fun.
boy.
Yeah,
How's
yeah,
that?
yeah.
Gonna- Is she excited?
I don't know. I think she's repulsed, but she wants to spend time with me and my family and prove she can do it. So that'll be fun
That's
to
a
watch.
tough challenge.
That'll be fun to watch.
She just there.
And I'm like, babe, can you take this hammer and knife and just dig right in?
Hey,
Be
hold
my
on.
picker.
Hand me that. Put that claw in my mouth. Mmm. Stuck in crab meat.
Help me! Just trying to torment her. So yeah, what about seafood?
I got the.
Now that you're talking,
I
before
fell
the,
prey to this. There was
the
a
experts.
clam shop or whatever, like a seafood place right on the water. It was like the tourist trap. It was always a line out or whatever. I get there online. It's like their special is clam cakes and clam chowder.
Yuck.
I think it was top 5 worst meal I've ever had in my entire life. They should have called it potato water and fried bread.
That doesn't sound that bad.
It was terrible. A clam cake. I was imagining
Yeah,
like
what's a clam cake?
Clam cake. You would.
It's
What
like
would
a
you
crab
guess?
cake. I mean,
That's
a
what I
crab
thought
cake,
too.
like lumps of crab meat with some breadcrumbs and mayo.
No,
Okay.
it's a circle of fried bread.
Okay.
And then there's little morsels of clam in there. Let me tell you this. There's about 2 or 3 of these, very tiny.
Yeah.
And the ball's about this big.
Needle in a haystack.
Yeah, and then I had some clam
Clam in
chowder.
a bread pile.
It was, yeah. So I was like, there's no TV. There's no
no
clam in these
clams.
cakes.
That sucks. Yeah, that's the cardinal sin of a crab cake.
Well, I
it's
felt
it's all filler, no killer.
Exactly. And I
Yep,
felt like you
yep,
because
yep,
I was
yep.
like, you like to be froogie.
Mhm.
And I was like, I just got so ripped off. And I felt like, I was like, it's not that.
How much?
Well, it was like $10 for 3 bread balls, and then they said they were known for their clear chowder. Their clear chowder was like
just water.
chicken noodle soup with just like it was like broth and potatoes.
Like managers are laughing in the back.
Yeah, that's what
can't
I
believe he's
figured. I was
buying
like,
it.
what an idiot! He's slurping my piss and eating my bread balls. There's no clam in that. I literally was like, I thought it was on TV because I was like, I opened the bread ball and I was like, I like showed it to the camera. I was like, there's
Everyone
nothing.
in the restaurant's an actor but you.
I was like, all right, guys.
Hi, I'm John Quignone. And you're on What Would You Do? None of you helped this young man.
There was no clam in his cakes.
Actually, you would be the only actor.
Yeah.
That'd be the inverse of what I said.
Sure.
So either it's a Truman Show or a What Would You Do? Either way, someone's an actor.
So, but it's hard to because
But if you feel like you got
Well,
fucked.
I was
$10 isn't that bad.
I know, but I was infuriated.
Uh-huh.
But and it's hard
Was it
because
a nap?
no, it was what I got for dinner.
$10 for dinner?
You know, not bad of a price, but the product. It was like it felt like
Like
I
you got what you paid
gave
for.
$10 and they gave me a bag of sand, and I was like,
Did
I
the
thought this
sand
was
taste
supposed to
good?
be food.
Uh-huh.
No, and then it sucks because
Were you mad that that there wasn't a lot of clam, or just that you felt like you were eating bread, like
Both.
soggy bald bread?
well, imagine, yeah, I was mad by the bread.
Poseidon's matzah.
And I was like, you sold a lie to me because you know I was going to associate this with the crab cake. We all know this. Anybody who orders the clam cakes who doesn't know what
I'm
they are
thinking
goes
fish plus cake, crab, similar.
Yeah,
deal.
exactly. That's how I came to my conclusion.
Deal, Howie.
You knew that.
Yeah.
You knew how I was going to think, and you tricked
Wow,
me.
Wow.
And then I'm sitting there.
I don't think this much thought went into
I
tricking
hope
you.
that's what you don't know about the service industry. They're always trying
They
to
put
trick
cake
you.
because they want to fuck you.
Yeah.
Because they know what you think. Have you had a crab cake before? A good meaty crab cake?
Yes.
And they're good. You
They're
like.
great. I love crab
Okay.
cakes. So I thought I was excited for a meal I hadn't had in a while.
Yeah.
Bring me back.
Uh huh.
and then I get fucked with 3 bread balls and potato water. And it's just tough to be at the dinner table because Heather got something that she loved.
Oh, yeah.
And you don't want to be, the whole time I wanted to be like, fuck it, like to enjoy talking shit on the, that's the only way I'm going to feel free now.
Yeah, but you don't want to spoil
Exactly.
her time.
So I had to like just eat it and be like,
What'd she get?
she got a fish sandwich. It was great.
Ah, classic.
Yeah, didn't get fooled by the word cake.
And you knew you were going to a clam chowder contest?
Just a festival.
You're like, let me whet my clammy appetite.
Yeah, I was like, let's get clammy this weekend.
Let's get clam.
That's the whole weekend. We're in Rhode Island. I'm not going to not eat clams. Clam cakes, clam ice cream, clam butter, everything.
I can't believe it's not clam.
I'm sleeping in
They
a
even
bed of
have clam
clams here.
substitutes.
Yeah.
But
But I just don't. Do you have anything like that where it's like, you know, when you're out, does your lady have anything? Heather will be like,
I mean, Molly can't eat anything. She's a vegan, celiac, diabetic.
yeah, what do you guys eat?
It's just each other's assholes,
Okay.
mainly.
Weird.
She eats what I eat. Some reason the gluten doesn't transfer. I suck it out for her.
It's like a strainer.
Right. Yeah.
You shit out vegan diabetic shit stool. You just go
I call it Soylent, but yeah, it's my Soylent.
soiling into the toilet.
Um,
Jeez. Okay. Well, maybe.
I think that's worth keeping in just to hear you commit suicide at the end. Jeez.
Don't worry, guys. I gave myself a grade.
Yeah, yeah. Charles immediately graded himself. What is she? I don't know. I mean, you know, she eats what she can. Like, she'll go.
She eats what she can.
It's not
and
much.
when she can. It's not often she gets an
Not
opportunity
much.
to eat.
Yeah, no, clams. You're living another life than me. No, she goes. She forsakes the vegan if we're out at dinner.
Okay.
And, like, because she can't eat.
And she's
gluten.
like, I'll have the cheese.
Yeah, give me the cheese. Can I have the cheese with a side of cheese?
Can I have a side? I'll have the.
And if you just pour milk in that,
I'll
be
take the
great.
what cheese.
that joke will never see the light of day. But yeah, she can't eat shit.
So
I mean, she can eat my shit, but other than that, she can't eat.
but gluten free is kind of everything's kind of gluten. Everything gluten's kind of out. You can definitely find an easy. I feel like if you're
No,
going
but
to,
it can be like a shared fryer situation if they like she can't eat the
got
french fries.
it. Okay.
It's like gluten contaminated.
Okay.
Celiac's one of the worst. That like if you don't if you eat gluten, it can actually like damage your immune system over time.
Jeez.
You know, at first you just get like a shitty. You know, you just feel bad and you
Oh,
poop
so then
a lot.
each reaction is worse than the last.
It's just one of the ones where if you like,
You're
it's
growing
one of
a
the
murderer
dietary
in there.
things where you're just like poisoning yourself if you eat gluten. Truly.
I did that one time serving. I gave a pancake where he was like, I fucked up because usually that was when gluten was hot, so people were just ordering it all the time. And
I guess we never talked about gluten's day in the sun, but it had one.
People forget it was hot. For
It was
a
long.
while.
It wasn't just a day. It was a few weeks, maybe
It was
a month.
yeah, it was like a Carlos Mencia. It was all. It was.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, gluten was the
Dan
original
Cook.
Pete Davidson.
He never had it for me, and Pete's never left it for most people. You see, Kanye's girlfriend like looks like Pete Davidson. I keep thinking that's like a fake picture.
Oh, I didn't see that picture.
Oh, you didn't see it? All right, we can talk. It just.
Should I Google it right now?
You should Google it, yeah, and I'm gonna check the recording too. But look, give it a look.
Kanye girlfriend Pete Davidson.
You know what's the worst is when you ask Siri to do something and it doesn't even recognize it, and then you get so mad that you have to type it in. Do you get that feeling? You're like, I wasted all that time. I risked talking out loud to my phone, looking like a complete ass in public.
Yeah.
And you didn't even fucking do it? You didn't even get any of it.
What's her name?
I haven't-
Bianca Sensory.
She's got some huge
Not
tits.
censoring those tits. I'll tell
Oh
you
my
that,
God.
dude.
Well, from the side, there's a profile picture that really, there's a Lincoln style picture that really.
And can you take these pictures Lincoln style?
What?
And they,
You
will
gonna
they be-
shoot you in the head?
Will these pictures be hot dog or Lincoln?
Hot dog. What does that mean?
Another orientation.
Right, but what is hot dog?
I don't know. That was the joke. Is that it's like
I'm just asking you, what would hot dog be?
9
Just neck up?
by 16. Yeah.
No, it's like 18 by 2. That's a hot dog. That's a foot long.
18. Wow.
Yeah.
You're eating some big dogs, dude.
I'm a hungry guy.
Jeez. 18 by 2. You know, standard hot
Standard
dog.
dog. I'm talking inches. I guess that is big. That's huge.
It's a huge
That's
hot dog.
huge.
The average hot dog is 6
All right,
inches.
fucking 8x2
in America.
Yeah, soft. Before the water soaks him up. Okay, so how was?
Sorry, you gave me a soft dog. It's not hard.
Can I have my dog hard, please? Jesus Christ! I'm in Chicago. You think you would fucking do it right?
It's your first day.
I was with somebody who worked the dog stand at the beach. Just that fucking like I don't know Oregon Trail like half wagon that you roll out onto the beach, and the dogs are still in there from last night. They just sit in the water all day.
Oh yeah.
It's really weird. It's weird that you cook a meat like you cook pasta. You just boil it. You boil this.
I will go on record to say it's my least favorite water.
No,
Hot dog water.
really. Wow, what a
Yeah.
brave take.
Sometimes you, you know, you ever have a day where you go into a bodega, you just grab a bottle of water quickly, forget you accidentally grabbed a bottle of
Evian hot dog water. Yeah, that sucks. From the deepest springs of hot dog water found naturally in the Himalayas. Evian spring dog water. So tell me about Chowderfest. I really hope it impressed and dazzled.
Well, we got to, so we took a ferry, how about this whitest guy sentence ever? One day I was in Rhode Island waiting for a ferry to go to Chowderfest. I chartered a ferry to Chowderfest. The whitest words I could ever say.
Wow. That was the ferry.
A ferry will remind you that you really hate kids. So many kids on a ferry just doing whatever they want. International waters, just singing the anthem and screaming as loud as they can. Kids will just scream as loud as they can. And
Sound
nobody,
patriotic at least.
Yeah, it was funny to see
They're
a
doing
kid.
it for
It
the
was
country.
so funny.
They're singing the national anthem.
I was waiting in line in the ferry to buy the tickets.
Oh,
And
you said this on stage yesterday.
it
I
really
forgot about
spooked
this.
me out because we were waiting in line for the ferry, and then I just hear this like, "Oh, say does that star span?" I'm in public,
Yeah.
and I'm hearing
He's just trying to search it on his phone. What is the song? Oh, say does that. It didn't get it.
lyrics.
And then it just got that. And you're like,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah, that's a classic.
thought we
car
were
mistake.
there.
Just like a woman, Siri, never listening. So it was really, really creepy. It really creeped me out to hear the anthem
Did
in
you
the
see
wild.
the kid, or did you just hear
Well, then
this
I
from
was
behind
like,
the corner?
yeah, I just heard it.
You turn the
first.
corner, it's two twins rocking back and forth. Does anyone else see them?
Is that not weird? Guy in the Jeep with the flags drives by. This is the beginning.
On the water.
Yeah.
What?
So that was really creepy. And then I looked. It was just this 10-year-old kid who had just a block for a head.
Where was he? Where were you guys on the ferry?
He was like,
Paint me a picture.
so we're waiting in
Tell
line
me
to
a
get
story.
tickets to the ferry.
Oh,
So we're in the
okay.
ferry line. This
Uh-huh.
guy's like, a couple, like 3 people away from me in distance, and I just hear him singing, and I'm like, whoa. And that reminded me of being a kid.
Was he in line?
What? He was
he
in
looking
line.
at a flag? What was he doing?
He was just singing the anthem as loud as he
Where
could.
with somebody, with his parents?
Yeah, he was a little kid. He had to be like 7 or 8,
Yeah.
if that.
Uh-huh.
And he was with his parents, Indian family, so it was nice to
Okay.
see a lot of Indian people took the ferry too,
Yeah.
and that was good.
You think he was proving his right to be there on Memorial Day? Right?
They're like, just in
Just
case.
by the way, I know the whole anthem. I don't have my green card.
But please just be chill.
Cool.
So
Thank you.
ferry was good. I read on the ferry. Everybody, the kids were screaming, and I was like, I think I do hate them. Kids are so loud.
Uh-huh.
And then we get to the.
You didn't say your joke about the.
I didn't want to repeat the joke, but
No,
this
I
is-
wanted. Well, I didn't
okay.
want to do it.
This is the truth. Is that when I did? Yeah. So I looked at this kid. It was like a 10-year-old Indian kid singing the anthem, and at first I was like, "That's cute that you're singing the anthem." But I also was like, I
How-
wonder.
and don't take this the wrong way. How Indian was he?
His parents were only spoke. They sat next to us too, so
Uh-huh.
it wasn't just like. I think he was first generation,
Okay.
and he's like 7 or 8. He's singing this. in-
Say does. Could you tell through the accent? Was there an accent?
the kid didn't have an accent.
Okay, crystal clear.
Really
If
high.
you close
pitch.
your eyes,
Oh, say that. That's exactly what it sounded like. He was standing still.
Oh, say.
Oh, say that. It was
All right,
like,
well.
wow. He's really focusing
Yeah,
on
I'm
this.
glad his autism locked onto America. This kid's
Mhm.
gonna go far.
Oh, yeah. He's GOP Josh.
Mhm.
Seen that guy?
No.
You got to look that guy up after the episode. It's crazy.
Josh Rogan?
No, it's a little 10-year-old, like 14-year-old kid who's like
a
a Red Wing
Indian
kid.
Spice.
Yeah, there. But I had
GOP
this
Josh
thought
Rogan.
when I sorry, go ahead.
I just said GOP Josh Rogan.
Oh, that's funny. I saw him and I had this thought where I was like, my first thought was like, I wonder if he's practicing for his citizenship test. And I was like, boy, good thing I didn't say that out loud.
Hey, plus, buddy, I'd let you in.
I'd let you into my place any day. Yeah.
You can come on into my country anytime with pipes like those.
Check out my
And a mind
Airbnb.
like that.
You can really belt the freedom out of those pipes.
How much of it did he sing? What if you just heard the first part?
I heard him sing the whole thing.
Whoa.
He got to the end.
Wow.
It was really good.
Of the free.
And then the two other brothers joined in. Of the
They start dancing.
Over.
The crowd forms. That's how they get you. You come for the
snake
I
charming.
almost said Pledge of Liberty. Pledge
of Liberty.
What am I trying to say? You come for the national anthem, but you stay for the light bulbs.
Yeah.
Also, you want to cover up that thigh there, buddy?
Come on, our fans.
Our fans are going to be coming just fine with that action you're giving them. Jesus Christ. Come on.
Jeez. Okay,
Not the type of show I'm trying to do. What did Heather think of that kid?
Heather didn't care. I was like, that's crazy.
Oh,
to
my
hear.
God.
This is what I was thinking. Was,
Every day I wonder what you're doing with her.
I know.
She didn't care.
Well, she was like, oh. And I was like, that's mind-blowing.
Oh.
This is...
Say, can you see this kid? It's just the funniest song to pick. Do you think his parents were like, if you want to sing in public,
Make it American.
Star Spangled?
You do
Okay? I'm not kidding.
Star Spangled, Sweet Home Alabama, and Bow with the Ba.
Little bit of a little bit of chicken fried. Oh, yours is corn?
It's Kid Rock.
Oh, Kid Rock, okay.
Just to see the kid. My name is Kid. Kid.
Or your father did give me Crazy Bitch. I love that song by Buck. Stop, you're crazy bitch.
And you fuck so good on top.
How long was the ferry ride?
An hour.
I wish you could have requested something from that kid. You know?
I know he was too young to even talk to.
How young? 8?
He had to be 8
Yeah.
because he was like, if the kid's like 13, maybe
He's
like
mispronouncing some of the words. And the rocket's red glory. The booms.
the booms in the sky when we were good guys.
He's really just singing about a Pakistani attack on his country, on his village. And the rockets red glare.
My mother's
The
not there.
militia cutting my hair and making me join their army.
The opposition. I killed my own uncle in
I
combat
raped
last
my
week.
sister. You're like, oh, I guess I never really listened to the words.
It's more of I guess I'm a tonal listener.
Yeah. I just more think of the music.
Kind of an instrumental kind of guy.
Did he say Showtime before he started?
No, which was
He didn't put out a hat. This wasn't for donations.
If he would have said Showtime, I would have been obligated
Can I
to
ask?
tip him.
Right, he would have had to. How his family was reacting to this?
Nobody cared.
How
Everybody-
close were they
To me,
to the kid?
they were all standing next to each other in line. But it's like outside.
Is the kid in line or is he separated?
Yeah,
from
they're
the
all
line?
in line, but it's like a family of 5. So there's
What
like
are other people tearing up in the line, saluting, taking their hats off? Like how involved did people applaud?
no,
You hate that.
I know.
Jesus
Well, it's
Christ.
Rhode Island. I don't think that.
It's
I don't know
Rhode
if that-
Island. I mean, it's
Very American town.
Yeah.
Narragansett. Yeah, that's it.
Narragansett. You can't do it. It's like
I
Worcestershire
can say
term.
it once
Off
correctly a day. Once off mic, good. So you got to sneak up on me.
mic. Yeah.
We'll do
If you see
filler.
me in the street, ask me where I went.
Narragansett.
Yeah, we'll do some pickups for Narragansett every
Yeah.
time Chuck messed it up. So nobody clapped or anything. No
Nobody
kind
clapped.
of-
I was.
that's
I
kinda
felt like I was the only
disappointing.
one looking
Did you
at.
start and you're like, oh
Shit. Sorry,
no,
guys.
this is not clapping.
No, but they ended up sitting next to me on the ferry, and I read on the ferry,
Hey, man.
and they were.
I thought it was great.
Yeah, good work. I'm gonna sneak you some of this. What would I say?
Here, take some fireworks.
Yeah.
This is a copy of the Constitution. I know you probably already know it, but make a song. Can you do something with this? You give him like the First Amendment.
Just see if you can fit a number 2 in there. You'll be a huge star. You'll play anywhere. Yeah, the kid was singing the whole ferry. I was reading a book.
Other songs?
He was singing other songs. And we get to Block Island. What else? Is there anything else about the Indian kid?
Maybe not. I'm glad we did more stuff though. So now you're in Block Island. You biked. Did you rent
Block
bikes?
Island did an 8-mile bike. Let me ask you this: 'cause
Okay.
you're a biker. I had an annoying
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
I felt like we
I'll talk
biked
about
around
biking
all day.
for the rest of the episode if you want.
Please. I don't know if this is a guy-girl thing, but it's happened to me every time I've done a bike ride with a partner. I feel like the girl is always much slower on a bike.
Girl, you can't bike with a girl.
My God.
If you really want to go places,
It's-
you can't bike
I
with a
felt
girl.
like I was getting ripped. I was like, "Are you doing this to fuck with me?"
First the clam cake.
The no
Now-
TV, the clam cake.
No screen time. Bad clam cake.
Or are you even pedaling? The whole day I was. You ever have to do?
Yeah,
went through
you're
different-
looking back
went
the
through
whole
different
time.
modes of anger.
It's like the least exciting chase.
Yeah.
You're looking behind you like, come on.
At one point, I did this childish, immature move where I would get to the points where you get a while and then you stop and you wait,
Uh-huh.
and then she would get annoyed that I was waiting. Like, I'm fine, go at your own pace. Like, I'm like go like, and then but one time I slowed down.
Sounds
She's
more
like,
immature on her part. So
yeah, one
far.
time I slowed down. She's like, "What's up?" And I was like, "God, I just wanted to wait for you." And she's like, "I'm fine." And I immediately went as fast as I I was like, "Yeah, you fine? See you later. See you at the ferry."
Just a trail of blue fire.
Yeah.
Suddenly you're in
I have a
1965.
flag.
Yeah. That Indian kid's grandpa's a child singing.
Generation to
Everything's
generation.
in sepia. Whoa. Jesus Christ, she was holding me back. I could have been time traveling this whole time. No, it does suck. You can't. But biking with kids is actually, there's a lot of similarities between the girlfriends and the kids. Biking with kids has given me a little more patience. Like, because you have to look behind, you have to wait. Like, you just have to think of it as not necessarily a quick bike ride.
Mm-hmm.
A leisurely
Mhm.
pedal.
Mm-hmm.
Is you just have to reframe it that way, which I've gotten better at. But yeah, at first when I would try to like actually go for like an exercise bike ride with someone. Hello. She got in.
Yeah, it felt like
Heather
it
was Heather was trying to get in her own door for 2 minutes.
Oh, sorry.
Well, Charles and I get scared.
Sorry, it's an impulse of me to make sure my home is safe.
We have a cat now. Can't just be not deadbolting the door. What if someone tries to take Ricky? Is that your final cat name?
I think so. I'm down with
I
whatever.
like Ricky.
I think Ricky's a funny name.
Yeah, maybe you could give him a full name. You know, like Richard Boots. I don't know. I want you to incorporate the white boots. Mittens. He has 4 white paws and a black body. She. What about vitiligo?
Ricky Vitiligo.
Ricky vitiligo.
Ingle Copper. That's a long name.
Michael Jackson. So what were we talking about?
So now we're on to Chowderfest.
No, hold on. We were talking about biking.
Oh, yeah, biking.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you bike with kids.
No, you were talking about biking with a lady and how it just slows you down.
Yeah, I think so. I think there's always a difference. Have you done that yet with Molly, with the biking?
No. I mean, Molly's good and like she doesn't get herself in situations where she knows she's gonna look bad, or she doesn't set herself up to fail. Right?
Okay.
Like, so I might want to go on a bike ride with her, but she'll say no, thinking that I might feel the way you felt. You know what I mean?
Did you think that, babe? What was your
We're
take on
talking
our,
about the
our
bike ride.
speed? I was like, we were at such different speeds the whole. Or did you not notice?
Yeah, did you care that he was ahead of you, or were you kind of just like, we're having our independent bike rides?
Yeah,
Heather on the
didn't care.
record doesn't give a shit.
I was like, I want to ride together, and Heather be like, I don't. What?
That's
And
the
I'd be like,
problem.
oh, dang
You
it.
do have
Well, I
to
mean,
separate that.
side by side.
That's funny.
Yeah, I was like, I can't. I want to. Bye.
You're calling AAA because you couldn't get the chain on the bike?
Yeah, we're out here in Block Island.
Oil from the chain is insane. Yep. You can't get it off. It's like sap. Yeah. The number of
It
times I've
immediately
shown up
ruined
to
the-
bars.
Thank God we were on.
It's not what you think. I saw a guy in blackface. I had to act. Ba ba ba.
Slapped it off him. That's the only way
I
you can
tried
get
that
it
joke
off.
on stage and they hate it, but I think it's pretty
It's
fun.
very funny. Dude,
Wait, so actually, it's funny to be the guy who's riding faster and then complaining, like riding faster and wanting to be the person who rides side by side.
well, I want to.
Because usually the slow person wants to ride side by side and the fast person wants to ride fast. But you want to ride fast side by side.
Yeah, I think that's awesome.
You want to speed
like-
into the sunset.
Yeah.
That's funny. You want to leisurely pedal. Yeah.
But my leisurely pedal I was doing my leisurely pedal.
Which happens to rip.
Yeah, fucking whales.
Yes, go
Okay.
see the cat.
Check the igloo though. She swatted me just in case.
Sorry, everyone, for that
Interruption. But I'll tell you, the mood change that happened when this lady got chain grease on her hands. Thank God we were on a effing island. Because if this would have been anywhere else in the world, I would have been punched in the face. It flipped
and the island
everything
prevented that?
Yeah, thank God we were in paradise.
Oh.
Because it immediately made
I thought you meant that like she couldn't escape. Because she knew if she punched me, I'd hit back.
I mean, the level of anger that happened.
With the oil?
With the oil on the hands.
With the grease, yeah.
I mean,
the grease is serious stuff.
It changed the whole...
There was a time where I was like biking to shows and like the chain itself kept coming off all the time because my the housing or whatever was getting just a lot of wear in it. So instead of like you know if you look at like the fucking teeth of a thing, it's supposed to be kind of like a rhombus a bunch of times, like square. If there's a lot of wear, then they get sharp, like actual teeth or like shark's teeth or something. I guess they go from human to shark, and the closer to shark, the more your chain's gonna just fall off because it just like on a bump. So it would happen like I would put it on like twice sometimes riding to a show or just riding to wherever. And you got to watch it because, like, if you absentmindedly go in your pocket, now it's on your clothes. You can't get it off.
Got it.
Yeah, dude. It's like...
so now you can't touch nothing.
Can't touch nothing. Yeah, you got to wipe it on the bike itself. There's a whole methodology that I acquired. A lot of my life is, like, working around stuff. Zachy workarounds. I've been setback.
I know.
Setback Zach again. We can talk about that, but let's wrap up this bike ride.
So we do the bike ride. We get to Chowderfest at the
Uh-huh.
end of the day. We bike around the whole mountain, do stuff like that. We get to island. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Often confused. No worries.
Mountain Island. What's the word? I was gonna say the word that what New York technically is. It's not an island. It's a weird word.
Archipelago?
Yes.
Is that really it?
Yes.
Nice. What does that mean?
Some body of something that the water touches a blank amount of times. Like a
Archipelago.
peninsula.
Yeah. A male peninsula. A boy peninsula.
Peninsula Bro. Welcome to the Peninsula Bro podcast.
Is Block Island an archipelago?
No, it's a full island.
Can you look up what an archipelago is? Is an island attached under the sea ultimately to tectonic plates?
I don't think so.
I have wondered that. No, it's just floating. It's just a big, heavy floating thing. So could it get washed away, hypothetically? I sound like such an idiot.
Could an island get washed away?
If a wave big enough went near Hawaii, for instance, where would it go somewhere?
Would it technically be big enough to make it technically Japan's now? Would it blow it into Japanese waters?
Yeah, they're working on technology to just send more waves.
The Jews are working on a big wave.
No, I didn't say the
Yeah,
Jews.
you did.
No,
You
I
implied
did it.
Yeah,
I really
you
did it.
We knew what you were going to say, man.
I was thinking the
You're
Japanese.
always trying to
the
take
Jews
it.
of Asia. All right, don't twist my words into something offensive when I'm trying to talk about the Japanese.
Japanese.
She is. I heard a guy say Jap before I knew it meant Jewish American princess, and he kept talking about this girl he liked, but he kept calling her a Jap, and I was like, buddy, I'm getting different reads on you here.
We're at a PF Chang's right now.
Yeah.
Buddy, we're at Panda Express.
Watch your
These
language.
Mexicans are going to know.
Yeah. Either way, you're going to offend someone if you're at a Chinese place.
No, it's
We don't forget.
It's too close. I don't like even when
Oh, I hate it.
you can't say it.
No.
Can't be
Yeah.
like, she's
I can't believe you can still say Jap and people don't bat an eye. It's so harsh. Just pick another one.
Yeah, don't make an acronym that's the same thing.
There's got to be a synonym for
It's like being
princess.
like, I'm a Nazi. I'm a New Age.
I'm a New Age Zionist internationalist.
Yeah, no, it's the only acronym that makes sense.
No, it's actually pro creating a Jewish state. I'm a New Age. What's the I? That's the tough part. Zionist Incorporated, because it is a business. Because we do it's a for-profit business.
Okay, an archipelago is a group of islands.
Oh, so, okay. So like Hawaii. Back to Hawaii. That's an archipelago. Manhattan's
let's-
a group of islands because it's next to Long Island?
An island, hold on, is a piece of land surrounded by water.
It's like we're trying to prove something in geometry. What do we know? An island.
We know an island.
Can you repeat it though, just for the just not for me, but for the listeners? It's not for me.
A piece of land surrounded by water.
Piece.
Example, the island of Crete.
Ah, yes. Crete, the first island I think of.
Crete definitely paid to be in that example sentence.
Turn left after Crete. You like that how they do product placements now?
Crete Street.
After the TD Bank. I'm like, I'm not going in.
You know what was crazy? I was on somebody's Instagram today just scrolling through their Instagram. They're fitting ads in between personal Instagrams.
Whoa. You're on someone's individual scrolling through time, and there's ads in there? Damn, dude. I mean, that makes sense, but...
Brutal. Yeah. That's brutal.
You're like,
To catch an ad in between somebody you're hating.
remember her buying a car.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the Allstate guy.
That's TV's Martha Stewart.
Looking good, though.
Is that the... I keep getting ads for Crete when I visit your page.
Creting me out. Don't be such a creep.
Secrete it.
Secrete.
Keep it secrete.
Can you keep a secret?
You know, can you keep a secret? My therapist was like, hey, if you want, Heather can come into these next sessions. And I was like, oh, of course. And then that night, I was like, is this a long con? Are you
Did
trying
she
to
call him
blow
maybe?
everything wide open?
That's interesting that he would suggest that. We're jumping all around.
I know. Let's get back to the Chowderfest.
Yeah, maybe we can talk about...
Or do you want to go?
No. I want to hear Chowderfest, and then I got some stuff.
Okay.
But I need a pen. Chowderfest.
I could tell you Chowderfest, there's not...
Well, there's been a big lead up, so
lead
it
up
better
to
be good.
We get to Chowderfest. It was inside like a little building. You think Chowderfest in the springtime on an island would be outside. So we got there, and I was like...
a building?
It's in a little building.
What?
Like a little maritime building. It was at the Block Island Maritime Institute. Maritime building.
Okay.
And we get in there.
All right, so you're surrounded by like ships and like ropes and knots and stuff. Okay.
And then
Was it windy? What day was Chowderfest?
Sunday.
Okay. Because Memorial Day, and I don't know how the winds changed, but Molly and Chris separately went to the beach and both got sanded out. They got sandblasted.
Damn.
Yeah, they came back all smooth.
Wow.
But they didn't want to get smooth.
They got
wanted to get
underwater
sun
welder.
Fun. Yeah, just chrome down.
Dang, yeah. Ours, we had everything was perfect.
But I'm wondering if that's why they didn't have it outside. Maybe too much sand on the clams.
Too much sand. I guess
get a raw
it would be
clam.
tough, too. Yeah, you get a sandy clam.
Yeah.
Sandy chowder.
Mm-hmm.
That's tough.
Yeah.
That's
not the
like
crunch you want.
putting sandpaper in a blender. But we got there, and it was just a bunch of kids handing out 9 different chowders. There was a shitload of people.
Okay.
And there was 9 hot sauces, all served by children. They only got a little ladle, though. So you got like a shot of
they're
chowder.
children.
Like a shot.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, to the kids, it was huge. They couldn't. We voted on the chowder, and then we left, and we went home, and we didn't watch TV. There was one night where instead of watching TV, but that was a Chowderfest.
You had sex?
Yeah.
One night.
Dude.
Come on.
One night.
We don't do that.
Took cold showers the whole time.
Woo.
They had an outdoor shower. That was a
Oh,
plus.
that feels cool.
Had to take a shower outdoors.
You know how much of a pussy I am sometimes when, I mean, my back's been hurting. I've been in pain, so I've been, like, taking the hot showers. But sometimes I'll open my window. There's one right next to the shower. And, like, my head will get cold from the breeze. And
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, it's close enough.
Yeah, I do that.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't think it's close enough, though.
No, but you're like, I think I feel dopamine right now.
I'm pretty sure I'm happy. Sorry, guys. This is just as good.
Sorry for my mood. It's not windy enough for me to be happy today.
Yeah. Yeah, it was too windy, though, for some people on Monday.
But,
Ruined their days.
yeah, that's thank God you didn't go to the beach. I think I got a little bit of tan.
Yeah, you got some tan.
Some tan.
Is that a birthmark on your leg? Every time I think it's a tick, and it freaks me out. I'm like, buddy,
That tick is still there.
let's get that butane lighter
You
and
see what the
finish this out.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's just a mole. It's
Huh.
gross, huh?
Yeah. The kid I babysat today was like, I have a birthmark in the worst place. I'm like,
Oh,
"Where?"
boy.
I'm like, where? He's like, bottom of my foot. It looks like I stepped in poo. I'm like, 1, it could be on your face. And 2, nobody thinks that. It makes me wonder if someone has been like, ew, he stepped in poo.
Ruined his grade
No,
school
I had it at
reputation.
birth. Oh, my God, he was born onto a pile of poo.
Baby skin is like silly putty. It
Oh,
imprints.
dude, there's one of them is just so highly emotional.
Yeah, you take a personal break from these kids.
I did. I mean,
you're getting
I
all the
have
stress
been.
that the parents should have.
I have been. I mean, luckily I'm not trying to like fix him. Sorry, this is annoying me.
You're just dealing with them.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to talk about the kids. I'm done. I'm done with the kids for now. Although he did say the N-word recently.
Oh, you got to tell me that.
I had to put the guy.
You got to tell me that.
We're walking home from school, and luckily his school is 2 blocks away from his home, so he only got about 30 out. But he was saying it, and I'm like, what are you saying? Like, I wanted to, when I first heard it, I wanted to think that he wasn't saying it. I thought he was saying, like, nectar or something, or or like NASDAQ. Something that wasn't the N-word. And we're walking, and, it's, like, crowded. There are black people around. And he keeps saying, like, what do you mean? You're a, like, kept calling me one. And I'm like, you can't say that. You can't. But they're so used. Every time I see them, they say more expletives in a less amount of time. He said fuck, like, 20 times when I picked him up. Because it was just me and him. I mean, this kid gets all of his shit out on the walk back from school. Oh, it's just endless. But I was like, so they're used to hearing. They're used to hearing. You saw the real.
You were really tortured by these kids.
I mean,
it is endless. I mean, that was a man who's had a rough day.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
they're both 8, so combined they're 16, and that can do some damage. Right? That's how kids work.
These kids are
You combine.
You sound like an old
combine,
cop.
Yeah.
Every day you get into your apartment, I'm too old for these kids.
I can't get
Take
out
a
of my,
lollipop
I can't
out.
get them out of my head.
Molly's like, babe, you said you leave work at work.
Because I have a lollipop.
No, you take a lollipop out of your mouth. Like
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
a cigarette.
I'd really feel more comfortable if you didn't sleep with the gun under the bed. Well, then you help me get the kids out of my head. I'm just so worried. I do have a story involving more kids.
What
actually.
happened with the N-word?
Well, I'll tell you what happened with the N-word. So they're so used to hearing you can't say that. You're not allowed to say that. You can't say that. So I'm like, you really can't say that. And he's like, why? And then he does it's literally the Louis C.K. bit of just the endless why loop. And there's no emergency brake. You can't eject from this conversation. You just have to stay silent until he burns himself out. So he kept asking why, and I'm like, because, and by now we're at his apartment, so we're like going in the lobby, the doorman are like, how's it going? I'm like, it's because it's the word that that people use, hello. I'm like trying to get through this.
Jamal?
Yeah. Darius, how you doing? I'm just doing the work.
Hey, what's up?
Doing the work, ally. Call me Zachy Ally. I told him it was because it was the word that people called black people during slavery. Which, I feel like is a succinct
For a kid?
enough answer. And then he was like,
Oh.
And I'm like, yeah. But then he said it today. So I'm like, have you forgotten?
Sit down.
We watch the 13th Amendment documentary. We watch Roots. I make him watch all of Roots. And then he still says it because he's a fucking psychopath.
Another movie. That's you just keep putting him in. All right. Are you done yet? He's taped to a chair.
Medea goes to space. Put it in. I think that's actually Shane's bit.
Yeah.
Figures, or as my dad calls it.
Medea goes to the moon.
space.
Goes to the moon.
Goes to the moon.
Wait, what was the?
It's Hidden Figures. It's about the movie Hidden Figures.
American History.
It's a great joke. But I mean, I'm like, dude, you could really hurt people's feelings. Like his dad, to try to
Did you tell the parents, by the way?
No,
Were you like,
he
by
made
the
me
way?
promise. He was like, I'll never say it, but don't tell my mom. I'm like, fine.
No.
If he says it one more time, like literally once, I will tell her because he can't. Like that's insane.
Yeah, you can't get that into the vernac.
Yeah, that's like 3rd-degree manslaughter if I don't tell the mom and he gets killed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck. His dad tries to dissuade him from saying certain words by saying like, oh, dude, he basically said like Crystal Light for the N-word according to his dad, which is homie. Homie, what's up, homie? And he's like, don't say that. I could really offend some people and they might want to hurt you. And I'm like, you're just telling black people that homie is anyone who uses homie will try to hurt you. You're just kind of sneaking around it.
Yeah, don't say homie.
It's a dog whistle for the doorman.
You say hello, sir,
Uh-huh.
to everybody.
If anyone responds to homie, you run. Because that guy is bad news.
He is not your homie, contrary to popular belief.
Yeah, raising kids in the city is just insane. I guess I can tell you about my weekend. Or should we get into the horny thing? Because this is a new revelation that I've had.
Sure, hit it.
I was in the car with Marty. We played some wiffle ball this weekend in
Nice.
McCarran, and then I drive Marty home. And, it's there's literally people in, like, thong bathing suits. It was, like, the first nice day of spring, basically summer. And we're driving, and Marty's like, you think sex is overrated? And I was like, you know what? Yeah. Because after you know, you look at, I guess the point I'm trying to present here is like you look at a hot person, right? But I think there's two reasons that you might want to look at them. One is just because people, especially like in shape people, are just beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, just like a work of art, whatever you want to say. Separately, you might also want to have sex with them. But more and more, like, if you know, the more you come or have sex or whatever, you realize that's all it is.
Yeah.
You're like, I know what it is. Okay, so I look at this bud, picture myself having sex with it. Whoop-de-fucking do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it doesn't really get you anywhere. So I've been trying to separate, like, oh, I just like looking at you with, oh, I'm like horny and need to have sex. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. And I know I was all, and we talked about this in the very beginning, about the contrast between the winter to the spring and the revealing, and everyone's like, in terms of me, what's happening in my mind. Cartoon wolf in it. But yeah, that's my thoughts. You said you had something similar at Freestyle. Was that along the lines of what you think?
I thought that you were gonna. Yeah, I had it right then and there. I knew you were gonna go this route, but I think over time it just dulls itself.
You kind of you bring yourself to the logical conclusion of like, oh, what if I had sex with her? And you're like, oh, that's what it would be. I would just come and then it would be over.
Well, I also get to a
I think
point
that's always how it's gonna end, or you're gonna die.
That's usually how sex
or you're
goes
not
for
gonna
me.
come.
Every time I haven't come, I almost
Best
die.
case, you come.
Yeah.
And that's not even, you know, that's like fun.
Yeah, but then
But you know what it is?
Mm-hmm.
It's just like it's like doing something that you really like over and over again. It loses the shine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Also, your body is like evolved to just view fat tits as like, that could keep my son alive.
Mm-hmm.
That could feed my son.
Always.
So that is hot.
Yeah.
And it feels like something's really clicking here.
Yeah.
When I see this. So the
think
big
we're
hips,
soulmates.
you can make more.
Yeah.
Feed them good. That's why animals, I think, are perfect, because they're beautiful, but there's no world in which I want to have sex with them. So I can just appreciate the beauty and not be contaminated.
Not be tempted.
Yeah, not be just clouded with like, ooh, what if we fucked?
Yeah, that's nice.
You know, that's why I think that's why the ultimate answer is I love animals more than people.
Because I don't.
Because you can just love them, and there's never even the option to have sex.
Well, there's the option, but you never take
Charles,
it.
not for me. That might be a radical take. I might be putting a line in the sand, but that's where I stand. So what are you going to say about horniness
for me,
and trying to just turn down the volume?
For me, well, I get to a point where like you see everybody in the spring is wearing like no clothes, and then there's like a point where I'm like, all right, I get kind of angry where I'm like, everybody's going to wear no clothes. Like I'm over it. I can't just. Get like I feel
first
like
is denial, anger.
Yeah. Yes.
You're like, if they could just wear a little more clothes, bargaining.
Yeah. And then you're like, I'm done. I don't even
care.
care.
Like, I'm so sad. I can't get to fuck any of these people. That's depression. Finally, you get to acceptance.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be myself.
Which is just.
I don't care
into a
about
corner. Pretending you're peeing, and getting the work done.
Just getting the last bit of pee out. Takes a while.
Do you ever feel that when you're at a urinal and you're taking like what seems to you an especially long time to shake out the things of pee, and you're like, I hope no one thinks I'm jerking off. I hope they don't think I peed and thought, well, while I'm here.
I'm here. May as well kill two birds with one bone.
Yeah. I mean, I already got porn in the stall next to me, in the urinal next to me. Oh, I can make that work.
All right. Yeah, it's a
Usually there's a vagina next to it, but if it's just the dick, I'll just work twice as hard.
No, a dick and one of those cool S's. I like this.
If I squint, it kind of looks like a push.
Yeah, it does kind of.
Yeah, it's got some slits. Starts with an S. I can make it work. Sometimes you don't have everything you need.
Until you realize.
Sometimes you just have a little pee on your hand and a guy next to you at the urinal, but you got to get back to work, and you're totally full. What were you gonna say? I feel like I'm derailing you.
Oh, it was funny. I was gonna say your joke was funnier.
Oh, okay.
Keep it in.
All right.
Okay. What else were we?
You get angry.
I agree with you.
You get angry.
So I get angry because
Yeah.
I'm like I live in a world where now there's just nobody is wearing clothes.
Yeah.
And I'm just like it's done for me. It's not gonna do anything for me. I get it. Everybody's naked. I'm used to the environment.
You're like an old man looking at an iPhone. I guess this is it. I guess this is just what it is now. Just people in no clothes.
Yeah.
Not when I was a kid.
When I was a kid, nothing
Guess I
was
just
shown.
have to get used to this. You start poking people's skin. So how do you get yourself out of once you're like, okay, no one's wearing clothes?
It just,
Or what do you think?
I just think it takes a couple of weeks of spring to adapt. So like, yeah, I'm gonna see boobs everywhere. I'm gonna see butts everywhere.
Yep.
I'm gonna see jacked guys on the subway with their shirts off now.
Yeah.
You ever see those guys?
Not with
Get
their
on the
shirts
subway
off.
with the shirts off.
Uh-uh.
Oh man, every time I close my eyes.
I'm on a bike looking behind me. Come on, Chad. Oh, so slow.
So hot but so slow.
Coming. You realize he has no seat. It's just going directly into his ass.
Smile at the camera.
Nice. Boom, boom, boom. No, that's not the Pornhub one. What's the Pornhub one?
It's the drum.
Oof. Cupid walked in on me watching porn recently.
Yeah, that is ridiculous.
Yeah.
You're living.
I have two things. I have another
like
thing
a
about
crazy person.
I have another thing about pee. I know, dude. I don't know what I
What
was
were you
doing. I was at the
doing?
living room.
And your pants
I
were
was
your
at the
ankles.
living room computer.
Were your pants at your ankles?
Home computer.
You give yourself handcuffs too.
Yeah, of course.
You had to get up still attached to yourself.
Yeah.
You made yourself a South Park character the way you had to walk out of there. You never give yourself handcuffs.
I had to take the sock out of my mouth and the tape. Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Hey. What's up?
There's a takeout in the fridge. Trying to
Some
be
pizza if you want any. I put the whole box. Sorry, it's taking up a lot of room, but I just figured you could have some. And
yeah. Anyway, I'll be in here.
oh, this? Yeah. You ever watch Black.com?
This is the raw.
I like it because it seems like the women aren't acting. It seems like they're just really getting railed, and I believe it. It's not fake. That is why I like it. And people, my friends, like, oh, I don't know, man. I don't really, at least my white friends, which I think is a fun distinction to make as a white guy, because then it sounds like that they're the minority. You know, my white friends, I got like two. My white friends are like, I can't really put myself in the dick of a black guy. And I'm like, you look at the dude? Gross. I just look at the chick who's holding on for dear life. I might have been watching Black.com. I was definitely watching a big dick stuff a lady, which I like because I was talking to someone about this of like, I think I was talking to a date about this actually of like what kind of porn do you like and why, and it has to be a genuine reaction from a woman.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, you don't think they're like faking it? I'm like, on Black.com, I do not think they're faking it. When you have 11 inches inside of you, you're not like, okay, remember, don't act, react. Remember Meisner, everything he taught you. That's not, you're just like,
Yeah.
You can know,
You're being
the soul
invaded.
leaving their body is truth.
Mm-hmm.
They're not putting on a facade. And I guess Black.com really does keep it real. If I had to just put a thesis on it. Anyway, we don't have to keep talking about my preferences, but he came in, and it sucks too because you ever have this feeling when you're interrupted, when you're having a little session, you're seeing the priest, you're in confession, and you like edged yourself and you could have finished.
Oh yeah.
And then you're interrupted, and then you just start. You're like, I should have came when I had the chance.
I got greedy.
I got greedy. So we walked in, and dude, it's like you've been in my apartment. You open the door, and you can see the window, right? You can see straight through the hallway. Kitchen's on the left, right into the living room, and the desk was in front of that window. So I stand up,
Jeez, dude.
chair shoots out, and
You eject?
I eject, yep.
Why would you do that?
It's a risky maneuver, but it was an emergency.
Why would you do
And
that?
I ran over to the side and like tried to shimmy on my pants and shit and put everything together, and then I sat back down again, kind of with my shirt over my. But the problem was, even though he didn't see me, but the monitor is up, it's very clear that there's a woman just like spread eagle. And there's no question. There's lotion. It was a scene.
Wow, it's
A
good.
scene.
It's like, Zach, I went to the grocery store. I was gone.
He said I was going to check the mail.
You set up.
You set up shop?
You built a desk. Wow, I'm highly offended, but very impressed.
Why don't you, I'm just thinking, like, why don't you help out more around the house
Yeah.
if you can do this so quickly?
Our TV stand is slanted.
Yeah, so that was really embarrassing. And while we're on the
We
topic,
call it the Leaning Tower of Plasma. Sorry, you'll hear that in the
Well,
edit.
I have another little anecdote. Unless you have any more things.
No,
you
so
wanna
what
dig
happened,
out of the
though?
porn. I mean, you know, I said sorry, and he's like, it's no problem. He's very chill, and yeah. Then I was just kind of going around the apartment, cleaning up, tidying up, doing chores, just
Making right by him.
I guess doing a little penance, a little sweepy sweep after my what is that called? Starts with an I. My indiscretions.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would do that whenever I felt embarrassed around the house. Like if Heather and I would get in an argument, I'd like cry all night. I would always the next morning I'd see my roommates and I'd just be like, "You guys need anything from like the store?"
Yeah, I'm like, I have half a chub, and I'm like, hey, howdy, neighbor. You need anything? I was actually going to go to the store and try to forget this happened. If you need anything.
You guys need any milk?
Yeah. No, I just kind of, and it felt weird. I just went about my day, but he was just in the apartment then, and it hung over us.
There was a cloud.
There was a cloud.
Yeah, there was a cloud of shame.
Yeah.
Did you finish after? Where you're like, well, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing. You get up and then you're like, well, we had a little bit of turbulence, but I still got to land the plane.
Yeah, there's some aftershock coming after the earthquake.
Yeah.
Separately, so you pee a lot, right?
All the time.
And you ever do this? You ever, women think we have it so easy. But what they don't give enough credit to, or acknowledge at least, I'd like a little acknowledgement that sometimes you don't shake it all out and you got a tube attached to you that, it's like in the doctor's office. You got to make sure that all the air's out of the needle.
Yeah, exactly.
So you put it back in and then it releases and then you look like an asshole. You look like an idiot.
Oh, you mean when it goes through your pants?
Yes.
Oh, that's,
I had some real, I don't know if it was the underwear I was wearing, if I was just rushing or what was going on, but I had like serious drippage several times in these shorts it was like these shorts, but they were pink. But have you ever done this? You ever have drippage so much you just put a shit ton of water on that side of your leg? Right, because I'm like, oh, well, maybe he spilled something. But then it was just down one side, so it looks like I fully peed my pants after, like, not making it after a car trip or something. So then I wet the entire other side of my leg. And I think that's plausible. It's like, oh, you're just doing dishes in a hurry.
Really splishing, splashing with the dishes.
Yeah, he was just kind of going nuts in the kitchen.
That's a guy who prioritizes. He has to go, but he doesn't want to leave the house dirty.
If you see a guy with a fully wet lap, the first thought isn't, oh, he must be covering up pee.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
It
I'd
is
be
for
like,
me.
That's fully pee.
Because I've lived the life.
That's uncoverable pee.
There's no way.
When was this? Were you in public?
No, I was leaving the house. I think I was in a rush, and I was wearing like weird. I think the penis hole, the one button wasn't like aligned right, so I think I put it back, and there was a kink in the hose.
Right out.
I think there was a kink that held some, some
and
remnant, and then I put it back, and I'm like, oh no, it like dripped down my leg. You're like, wow, these are the shorts I'm really gonna wear today. These aren't like home shorts. These are the shorts. These are the shorts.
These are today's and tomorrow's shorts.
This is the real fucking deal.
This is this week's shorts.
Yeah, this is this week and a half.
Yeah.
If I'm lucky. Yeah, this isn't the dress rehearsal, man. This is the real thing.
This is a ceremony.
I gotta go.
That's funny that you were leaving the house and you decided you didn't just change your shorts though.
Well, I wanted to wear those shorts, and I don't have a lot of shorts that are clean.
I
was also like biking, or I had like a big train ride to go babysitting, so I'm like, it'll dry.
And also in New York, whatever. See wild.
I look the most normal with a fully wet lap on the subway.
See wild stuff on the subway.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, one of the few perks of living here. You can have a fully wet lap and no one asks questions.
Everyone's gonna be like, good for you.
Yeah. All right, so Friday, this past I guess Memorial Day weekend, it was just recently. It sucks. I was at Barbershop, really fun shows, like great night, whatever. End of the night, I take my sweater off the bag, I go into the bathroom, I come back out, bag is gone. Backpack is just totally gone. And the really frustrating part, I mean, there's multiple frustrating. When I tell people this story and I get to so it was outside and I went to and they're like, oh, you left it outside?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, so? It's like they immediately think I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
And I already hate myself when something stupid and avoidable like this happens, like edging and then I just should have come earlier or whatever, peeing on my But like I'm starting to develop a thing where like if something stupid and avoidable happens that just fucks up my life, I'm like, oh, I'm an idiot, I'm dumb. So it doesn't help when someone's like, oh, you did a dumb thing.
You're dumb, right?
Oh, you're dumb. Oh, because I'm not, but you are. So that's why this happened. It kind of felt like I was struck by lightning in the 1800s. They're like, you deserved it. Oh,
That's
so
a
you
good way
earned
of putting it. You're right.
You know,
it's your fault.
It's your fault.
What'd you do to get your back
What'd
stolen?
you do that your bag? Oh, you left it outside.
If you were a good person, this wouldn't have happened.
Where's this
Just-
letter? It's a big red B for buffoon.
I'm a buffoon.
Backpack buffoon.
Thought my name was Zach. Apparently, it's buffoon. Bahoen.
And I told my therapist, she's like, so it sounds like you're kind of beating yourself up for this. I'm like, yeah, well, whenever I tell the story, people are like, oh, so you were dumb in it. You did a stupid thing. And she's like, well, they're only saying that because they want to make themselves feel better. And I'm like, I think they're saying that because they think it's dumb. Right?
They're recognizing that I'm a dumb guy.
Well,
Oh, I'm talking to an idiot.
well, I think what she was trying to get at is like, it's like a comforting piece of information. Like, oh, no, I could get my backpack stolen. But then you're like, oh, it's because he left it outside. So if I don't leave it outside, then it won't get stolen. Or like when someone gets shot and then you learn they're in a gang and you're like, oh, because he was in a gang. Because that's why he got. So it's not anyone. It's because he was affiliated.
Yeah.
I don't have any beef with anyone.
Let me check my beef list.
Yeah. Now I'll just do a quick of people I have beef with who could own guns.
Check my inventory of beef. Who currently...
All right, I've settled all my beef, so I think I should be safe.
I settled my debt, and as of July, I'm beef-free.
I'm beef free.
I'm-
Yeah.
Thanks to TurboTax.
And the shitty part about the backpack.
So you come out. Let me...
Yeah,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
sure. No.
Let me put you in the moment here. Take me through the moment, because there has to be... Was it an immediate... Was there any denial of, like...
No, dude.
instantly,
I must have been in the bathroom.
This has been back-nabbed. My pack nabbed. My pack's been napped. I think somebody
been
nabbed my
knapsacked.
pack sack.
I've been sack nabbed.
Somebody-
Sack tapped?
Somebody nabbed my sack. Oh, what's their name?
No, dude. Not like that. Not in the mood. Somebody just nabbed my sack. Immediately, I must have been inside for 2 minutes. So, like, I think somebody saw me take my sweater, go inside, and then just nabbed it. So immediately, I asked the people in the barbershop, I'm like, did you guys leave? And they're like, we haven't seen it. So then I go outside. I start sprinting down the block because I'm just like, maybe I can still catch this guy. And I don't see it. I don't see it thrown away. I don't see anyone wearing it, having it, whatever. And the shitty thing is that, I mean, thankfully, like, there was no camera or whatever in it. The most expensive thing, I guess, were, like, some SD cards that I had just formatted, so I didn't really need them. But this is, like, the opposite of a victimless crime. It is solely a victim crime. There is no gain that this guy had. Or woman. You know, anyone.
Probably woman.
Anyone can steal.
Let's be progressive.
Right, a black Jansport?
Mm-hmm.
She's trying to transport her way back to 8th grade. Feel like a kid again. Probably. I hope that someone's wearing it and it's giving them a lot of joy, because what was in there was my joke notebooks, my planner that I just started using. It's like a sick, like, week by week, like, things you want to do, professional things you want to do, personal, like, time of day. It's a sick it's like $50. Molly gave it to me. I lost my glasses. My bike lights were in there. The piss shorts. So I hope they got a nice whiff.
No.
I hope they got a whiff. I know those
Favorite
were my shorts. Yeah.
They weren't that great.
It was no, but they were
kidding.
shorts that weren't stained.
Yeah.
My favorite. That's my favorite shorts. All the other ones are stained or have holes in them.
I have jeans that I wear every day, and I'm like, I'm surprised that oh, no, they're in very bad shape.
Right, yeah.
I just don't look at them a lot.
My passport.
Jeez.
And my old moleskin that was kind of falling apart, but I had it in, like, the small of the backpack, like the smallest zipper. So there was a lot of pages and just, like, shit that I wanted to go back and look at. Like, I had a spiral notebook that was almost full. So if you see a homeless guy, you know,
laughing his ass
mostly
off.
bombing at Mike's, that with my material, that's probably my material. Talking about black.com, you call me.
It'll add up. How does he have access to black.com? This must be Zach Snapbacker.
My glasses. What else did I miss? Like,
Man, that's brutal.
yeah, it sucks.
It was like an attack on you. It may have been a formulated attack.
someone trying to set me back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, set me back.
With a nap.
Send me back a pack by napping my sack. And then I'm trying to think if there's anything else in there that was worth noting. I told you, like, every time I go to get something, I'm like, was it in the backpack?
Oh, you have a little bit of trauma?
Yeah, like my computer, I don't have the USB-C port, so I had to buy an adapter. Or sorry, I don't have I can't put a regular SD card in. So I bought an adapter that you plug in as a USB, and you can put a regular SD. It was $10, very useful, but like currently I can't get SD shit onto my computer. You know what I mean?
It's very annoying.
So like that key gone.
Key?
Yeah, to my life, you know, like a key, like a thing that helps me in my life, like only things that helped me, only little tools in my fucking only things that I need were in my backpack. Oh, this is even worse. Allegra that I had stolen from Walgreens, and I had just gotten a capsule delivery for my like Wellbutrin and Lexapro. Both of those were in there.
Dang.
So like a 30-day supply for each. I had to call the doctor. Like so fucked.
Did they issue a new one?
Yeah, but I had to call, and like I think I had to pay like a copay of $11. So it wasn't bad. Here's the kicker. I know you've been waiting for the kicker. I posted on Stooping. You know Stooping?
I saw.
Like they sometimes post like lost and found stuff. Usually it's like, hey, there's furniture here. If someone wants to pick it up before somebody shits on it or fucks it, yeah, it's at the corner of 57th and 8th. Good luck. Sometimes they post lost and found. It's like customer service for Manhattan. Sometimes they'll help you out. I posted twice pictures of my backpack and listing like my passport, my glasses, like key stuff. They did not reshare it. Molly sends me a picture of this fucking stuffed bunny someone took a picture of next to a bush, and Stooping posted it on their feed that was like, I really think Stooping should have like a lost and found section for lost stuffed animals that kids have lost. And I'm like, I can't leave the country or sea. I can't do anything. I'm wearing shorts with holes, no piss, but it's coming.
Shorts with holes. I can't see. I gotta cancel my trip to Guatemala next week.
I don't know any of my jokes.
My black.com joke is fucking gone.
It's gone. 3 hours. It was a 3-hour bit.
My one-man show called Zacked.com is now over. And you reposted.
It is defunct.
By the way, that is a stuffed pangolin. You should never post it.
Yeah, it was. I couldn't believe it, and I didn't even understand.
Brutal.
When
Did
Molly,
they
when
see
Molly
the
DM'd me, I was like, "What is this?" And she's like, "Dude, they didn't post your backpack. They posted this rabbit bullshit."
Do you think it would have been better if you lived in an ignorance is bliss and you'd happen to not see that?
It was annoying that Stooping didn't repost it.
Did they read your message?
I think they did read it. I think it said seen.
Brutal.
Stooping left me on red.
Goes
And
that-
you know whoever took this bag just threw it out. Leafed through it real quickly, tossed it. All my shit, just like 2 blocks away, probably in a landfill somewhere.
Yeah.
Should we go to a landfill?
Yeah.
Every landfill?
Every landfill in New York?
Yeah.
That'll be easy.
Yeah, right?
I mean, that is really crazy. And it sucks because there's nothing like the pain of realizing that something was stolen from you.
Immediately, I was like, we got to move. This city's full of miscreants, vandals. Could you do the courtesy of, like, looking through the backpack to see if there was even anything you wanted? And I know you can't in a thievery situation. I'm not stupid. You can't, stealers can't be choosers. You just got to grab it and go.
Yeah, it's like Storage Wars. You buy your unit unseen.
Sight unseen. Yeah. That's so funny. I wonder if there is some excitement to ripping open a garbage bag. Like, oh, shit. Somebody threw this out.
Well, it's like dumpster diving. Did you ever do that after the Netflix came out? Me and my buddies did that when we were young.
What's up, Ricky? Ooh, you got a cool neck. Oh, look at her. Him. I don't know.
Her,
you're so cute. Damn, that's a sweet cat. I love how open his eyes are.
I know.
Is it a her or a...
She's freaking out. Oh, she's exploring.
She'll get comfortable. How long has she been here?
Will. This is her 3rd day.
Oh, yeah. She'll
Pretty
be
crazy.
Yeah, she'll be good. So, yeah, that was what happened with my backpack. Setback Zach is back. And it fucking... and I hate to put him on blast here, but I sent the Ben Franklin podcast, to an editor that he sent it back, and it wasn't what I wanted.
And that's just a huge...
That's a beast.
We got to just find somebody. I think we should, after this, there's a lot of stuff I need to be, I need to do a lot of Benny. God.
Hannah?
Dang it.
What?
I got to go. I'm in Philly, and then my dad is here, and my stepmom is here. I just need to make sure I do something.
You could bang out a James Frankie video in 45 minutes.
Yeah, I can. I just need to make sure that those Benny Franks are getting done.
But anyway, so like at the end of a weekend, also, dude, I mean, like, I bet this is so stupid, but this added to it. I was in kind of physical pain because
Act natural.
The cat's here. I bent down to tie my shoe at some point during the weekend, and I like breathed in. I'm getting older, I think, because like sometimes when you do a combination, a weird bop it sequence of events, something will crack or click in you.
Yeah.
And for the next 3 days, you like can't move that part of your body.
Yeah, what
So
happened?
my lower back, like I was bending down to tie my shoe, and I kind of went like I did a deep inhale as I bent down, and something deep clicked in me.
Yeah, did it
And
hurt?
then over the I mean, like it felt weird and bad, but it didn't hurt. And then over the course of the next few days, the true pain has started to seep through.
I have that now where
And it didn't help. Sorry to cut you off, but it didn't help that because I don't have a backpack, I had to bike with a duffel bag full of shit.
so much stuff, dude. You arrived here with a giant duffel bag like you got off a plane in South America. And I was like,
But
how
not
many
one of those bags, like a literal duffel bag.
Yeah.
Not set up to go on your shoulders.
at all?
I just had a duffel bag strapped to my back for the bike ride from Flatbush to the Upper East Side, which is 10 miles.
Yeah, how did you do that?
Well, my back was hurting.
Yeah, you should you should do before you leave is we have a wheel.
Should roll out.
Yeah, this thing's it's hard.
Is it a spiky wheel?
No, but
Almost like a medieval torture device.
yeah, it's good. It's electric too.
You're like, it's good for you.
Ow!
I'll tell you where she is.
Is it supposed to? Yeah, that it's got a little spike at the end for your butthole.
Yeah.
There we go. That's what gets.
That's
you
what
out.
we needed.
Yeah, that's what we need.
Little butthole spike riff. So yeah, that's that culmination of things. I just felt so out of, because I got that email that the episode wasn't going to be edited, how I wanted, at 6 p.m. on Sunday.
Jeez.
Right? Monday. And so coming out of the weekend, I'm already fucked with the no backpack. I've been off my meds for like 2 to 3 days, maybe why I'm feeling like weird and buzzy. No glasses, can't leave the country. And then the podcast isn't edited, so I do that for 3 hours.
No other time you want to leave the country than when you can.
Yeah, I'm like, well, I kind of got the itch. I gotta get out of here.
I got the travel bug.
So yeah, and then when I got to therapy on Tuesday, this past Tuesday, I just felt like she's like, so how is everything? And I'm like, honestly, I feel like my life's just been in a downward spiral that I just halted right as we started the session.
Dang.
So I feel like I was in a whirlwind, or like didn't halt, but like I published the episode, so that was finally off my list. I was doing some things to recoup the backpack losses over the weekend, like I ordered the planner and shit. So it just feels like I've been at the bottom of a whirlpool, and I'm like, all right, I've at least reached the bottom.
Yeah.
Now I need to
just
start
swim
calling
up.
for help. No, I can't. The water's gone.
You're at the bottom of a well now.
A well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did therapy
and
help?
I want some nice. Oh fuck, dude, this cat's awesome. I need some precocious border collie to be like. I'm like, tell the people.
Tell the town.
Tell Charles. I need help. Whew. Yeah, so that all has been kind of rough.
Yeah, that's brutal. What a crazy week.
I was in another Airbnb.
Okay. Oh yeah, you went on the road.
Yeah, Church of Satire. It was fun in
Nice, that's
Pennsylvania,
awesome.
Hanover, Pennsylvania, with Nick Hopping and Nick Mullen and Austin Locke.
Nice.
Which isn't his real name. His real name's Austin Jones, but there's a pretty infamous pedophile by the same name, same age. It kind of looks like him.
Same age.
Never seen him in the same place together.
Well.
So, I don't know. I don't know if it's the same age, but yeah, they got the sandy long hair. Anyway, yeah, I was at Church of Satire. It was fun. The first night wasn't that great in terms of attendance. So afterwards, and Nick doesn't do this usually. Austin had a joint, so we smoked a joint. And like, have you ever seen Nick get high?
No.
Yeah. So we're walking outside, and it's so like we're walking in like this. Well, we're walking in like a field, right? We're just in rural Pennsylvania. I think where do we stay? I don't even remember. Fairfield, Pennsylvania. I don't know, some like town. And the Airbnb was nice. It was like a garage attic that had been refinished.
Cool.
So, and there were like 3 beds in like like bed, okay, fold out, or like cot that you can like you're like, okay. Last one is like paint me like one of your French girls thing.
Oh, weird, a day bed?
Yes. With the day bed, we don't need the angle. That's the worst part. Because you try to sleep on your side, and you can't do
couldn't
that on
hinge
an
it?
angle.
You
There's
couldn't-
no hinge.
Ah.
It was just like,
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
yeah, you couldn't move
Yeah.
it. It was static.
You're in a weird
And-
clam.
And you had 3 feet of just nice, flat couch material, and then you had like a hump. So me and Austin switched off, but Nicky
Nice.
Headliner got the bed both
Oh,
nights.
really?
I was joking that I was going to crawl into bed with him, and he didn't find it very funny. And when we went to bed, all of his shit was on one side of the bed. I'm like, you doing that so I can't crawl into
Jeez.
bed?
Wow.
You won't even notice I'm here. You won't
I,
notice me?
I'm gonna lay on your shit. How was he
So-
high?
Oh, so we're walking. He was I was kind of poking fun at him when I saw him take a hit because I felt like he wasn't inhaling enough. I felt like he was just.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, come on, you gotta inhale. He's like, oh, I gotta inhale, and then he went. And I felt bad, but mostly I was like, you did kind of do that to yourself.
You can't. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
you did that as like, you fuck you. You think,
Yeah.
and then you fucked yourself.
You know what's funny about that
I'm like,
situation?
oh, you left it outside? Come on. That was your fault, idiot. And then he got really angry. He's like, sorry, guys, I'm just not going to talk for the rest of the night. And then I had to, like, coax him out again. I'm like, no, we love you. You're fun. Tell me.
You want treats?
Yeah, come on.
Come
here.
on, tell the story again. Come on.
We found a playground, like, in the fields.
Oh, cool.
That wasn't even connected to, like, a school or anything. Just a playground out in the field. And, like, the weird workout shit where it's just, like, metal on hinges that you can just, you're like, what's all this? But this was, I don't know if this was the first night or the second night. It must have been the first night. We drive into the Airbnb, and so we're turning into the driveway. And in the back of the Airbnb is just a big field.
Okay.
And we're right next to this the host's house. And we noticed, like, the first day as we're, like, kind of driving out to do whatever, there's, like, kids around. So, like, okay, they have kids, I guess. A friend, Austin, was like, do you think she's 18? And I was like, I can't. Definitely no. Because from the back, it was kind of questionable. But then she turned around, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, I'm sorry for what I was thinking, miss.
Not even that, but just even in evaluating them, you know. She was just a kind of a thicker 14-year-old. Because if a kid's skinny, then you're like, okay, very obviously a kid. You have, like, twig legs. But if they're a little... Their BMI is, 12, maybe 15. I would say 15 to 20. Then let me just say the pounds adds a few years.
Yeah.
Camera adds a few pounds.
There we
so,
go.
Kid on film, Your Honor. I think we can all agree she looks 18 on camera. All right, that's a problematic riff. Anyway, so we pull in. This is not going to help with the rest of the story. We pull in, and, like, it was literally like a movie. The car turns into the driveway, and the headlights spotlight the garage, and then we park at an angle, and the headlights are just, like, looking out onto this mound of mulch, and there's a kid standing on the mound. Like, white-faced, pale, also very,
Overall,
I don't know
no
if he's
shirt.
blown out. What? No. You playing a banjo?
Yeah.
Right. Scampers off. But it was like, Jesus Christ. I don't think he was singing the national anthem. He might have been thinking it. But he was just like a deer, and then he kind of just like walked away, and we're like, what's going on? And then we see another kid like in the shadows dart around. I'm like, are we surrounded? Is this? And I'm like, oh, I think they're playing Manhunt. Like, it's Friday night. Why would you not be playing Manhunt? So we get home, whatever. We're going to get the joint. People are going to pee. And when I have an opportunity to pee outside, I like to take it.
Love it.
Love
it.
Even if there's a bathroom so close, I just like peeing outside.
Oh, it's great.
We used to, as people. I know that society is in a different place, but I don't think my body's caught up. I like feeling the wind on my shaft. You like being outside too?
I love being outside. That's why everybody. It feels great. It's freedom.
So I go up to it is freedom. It's what this country's about.
Mm-hmm.
Peeing outside. I was trying to think, like, in Just Piss for All.
That's I was gonna say that's a good way to describe freedom if somebody asks what it feels like.
Freedom's peeing outside at 1 p.m. Right? Broad daylight, letting the stream form. Freedom is making pancakes naked in front of your window. It's wide open. Anyway, so I walk up to this trampoline. By the way, there was a trampoline at the Airbnb, which was sick. Like, fully
cool.
functional trampoline.
Full net?
I'm doing flips. Net was half-mast.
Okay.
I think the last kid had died.
Okay.
So in honor of him, the whole trampoline was white. There was some flowers laid out, a picture, whatever. It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I go up to this memorial to deface it with my piss. And I walk up to the trampoline.
Oh, you're peeing on the trampoline.
I'm peeing near the trampoline.
Okay.
I'm peeing, because it kind of offers some good cover.
Okay.
You don't really feel like you're out in the... I know there's kids about, right? So I'm like, all right, I start peeing. And then I notice something that was not on the trampoline before, a bunch of blankets. So I'm like, what's going on here? And I'm like mid-pee. There's no stopping it now.
Yeah.
And then the gears start turning. I'm like, they're playing Manhunt. The night flashing before my eyes. Yeah, there's a kid probably playing Manhunt. Blankets. There's a kid on this trampoline right now. Like, I can kind of see movement. And so I don't look at him. I don't acknowledge it. And I think this is the right move. Because if I had, I mean, it would be crazy to be like, hey, buddy, you ever seen a man's cock before? Something insane. But I finished peeing and acted like nothing happened, like I didn't notice him. Because I feel like then it's not creepy.
Yeah, exactly.
Then I just didn't know. Like, if I knew and I kept peeing, that's a lawsuit.
And now this kid has a story.
Right, and I kind of thought like it'd be funny for him.
Yeah.
There was a thin line between like, if I don't know, it's okay.
Yeah.
If I do know and don't stop, it is a problem.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
I'm just going to finish off and stare straight ahead and not pretend like I do not know there's a kid there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't be...
I think his phone might have been illuminating his... I don't know. it was. I'm like, I am 99% sure there's a kid here. I wonder what it was going through his mind.
He's
you know?
Like, oh.
Or if he's like, I bet this is one of their traps. They want me to get up. Maybe one of them's trying to lure me out.
Yeah, with adult piss.
Right, smoking me out with adult piss. I bet they gave this guy a 5 because they want to switch and hide themselves.
Did you go and tell the kids after? He's in the
No.
trampoline. Trust me.
There were so many kids, though. There must have been like 10 kids there.
Wow.
Not on
That's
the trampoline.
a farm family.
Then I could have seen the
That's
dip.
That's your joke.
What?
The
Can't
afford labor.
Can't afford labor. You make labor. Don't give cash to strangers. Give semen to your wife.
Yeah, that's funny.
She makes you interns you can hit if they do a bad job. And people tense up on that part.
I know
I'm
they're
like, you don't hit your
idiots.
interns?
Yeah.
What are you talking? I don't know why they think that. So I'm like, it was a different time. Every story my grandma tells about my dad getting beat by his dad, she's laughing.
Yeah, she's like, it was
My
great.
mom's horrified.
There's
but she's
blood
like,
everywhere.
Oh, yeah, Danny really got beat for that one. Paulie hung him up on the meat hook for that one.
Drove him around town.
Yeah. With his ankle chained to the back of the pickup truck like Hector outside the stadium. Yeah, so that was fun. Nick got pretty high. We watched 10 Cloverfield Lane. Great
Cool.
movie.
Scary, right?
Yeah, it's not a horror movie, I would say. It's a scary thriller
Okay.
that has scary parts, but it's great. Highly recommend. And then I wanted to watch Barbarian, which I later watched, and ooh-wee, it's great.
Oh,
I'd watch it.
nice.
You don't like scary that much? You'll do
Not
scary?
really. I'll do scary if other
I
people
think
are
you'd like
watching it.
Barbarian.
Okay.
I think we should watch it together. I want to see you see a scary movie
All right.
and see how it goes, because I have no idea. I have no frame of reference.
I don't show that side to anybody. Whoa, are you all right?
Yeah.
What was that?
That's the noise I make when I'm excited to be the first one of anything. That's what That's not Lance Armstrong. Who's the guy at the moon? Who's the moon guy? Buzz Aldrin?
Yeah.
Is he the first guy?
Who's the Lance?
One step for man. That's JFK. Oh my God! Isn't it?
Oh, it's Lance Skywalker.
Yeah. It's definitely Lance.
We gotta go to Google.
Fuck, dude. This is horrible.
This is brutal.
Who was the first guy on the moon? Neil Armstrong.
There we go.
Sorry, I knew I had it partially right. Oh yeah, that's the sound Neil Armstrong made when he first put his foot on the moon.
Yeah.
On the moon dust.
Oh shit! I can't believe this. No, I've never felt this before. Sick.
He's a huge nerd.
Wow.
Everyone thinks of him as like a jacked spaceman. He's like,
So cool.
So fucking sick.
Oh my god.
Guys,
I'm gonna take some dust just for me.
This is moon dust, guys. They had to get a voice actor for the speech. No,
Houston, everything is pretty freaking rad up here.
Houston's like, we can't use this.
the people can't know.
Bring in I'm trying to think of that.
Bring it, Jason Statham.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of dust up here. There's a lot of rocks and there's a rover going around.
Does anybody notice he doesn't sound American enough? Do we have a third string?
I have a special set of skills. Traipsing around the moon.
Guys, did you cast for this or who are these?
What? I'm not good enough?
Oh yeah, Liam Neeson's not American.
Bring in
This
the
is a
guy
good
who,
enough accent, right?
bring in Hugh Laurie. He can do a good one.
I didn't know Toni Collette, who I've been loving recently. One of my new favorite actors. She's in Hereditary.
Okay.
Do you know who I'm talking about? United States of Terror, which I'm watching now. She's Australian.
Okay.
One of the actors where you're blown away when you learn that they don't know the full anthem. You know what I mean?
Does she have a thick one too? Thick accent?
The Australian? I don't know. I have not seen her in India. I just saw that she was from Australia. She could have been born there and moved here.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. So yeah, that was kind of that was a lot. You have anything with a pee-pee trampoline?
Yeah, let's go back. Oh, I was gonna do this. Was your pee hard enough? Was it making a loud noise on the grass? Was it like he can hear me peeing?
Like a nest of snakes. Like that.
Yeah,
like that.
like a nest of
Yeah,
like
I
a
don't
cobra
know.
den of
I
piss.
think it was enough. I mean, I had to pee, and it was like a 30-minute ride from the club, and that's pushing it. Yeah, so that's kind of all I got. I mean, we went to Shenandoah. We went to Luray. I have Luray Cavern stuff. You want to do that?
I love Luray Cavern.
You go?
Never heard of it.
Oh, you piece of shit!
Gotcha.
God damn it! I do love blowing a fake pistol.
Speaking of being a nerd, when we were walking, I don't know if this is anything, but we were walking around.
The fuck, dude?
When we were walking around the beach for the first time in Rhode Island, I kept, just to be funny, I only made myself laugh. I was like, oh my God, it's the ocean, Heather. I was like, we're right near the ocean. Can you believe it? Just to piss her off.
2 lizards like us from AZ finally made it.
I was like, I think that's real salt
I
water.
think that's the shining
I
sea.
think that's real sea over there.
Let me drink it out of your magical water bottle.
It was so funny to see her. Some water must have been left in there. I thought I emptied it, but we got back home to the Airbnb after a long day on Block Island. She goes to take a sip. Just immediately.
She had the backwash of salt
vomits
water.
the ocean out onto the floor. Okay, hit me. La Crea Tavern.
Yeah, LaCroix Taverns. We went to Lorraine. It's amazing. It's like I do get frustrated that nobody knows what it is because I guess I grew up in Maryland and it's in Virginia, so maybe that's why. It's like a big underground cave system that, I mean, it's not a huge cave
Like
system, I guess.
Karstner's Caverns.
Sure.
Yeah.
Is that how you
We
feel
have
when
one
I
on the
say
West
Lorraine
Coast,
Cavern?
too.
Yeah, where it's like a bunch of sedimentary deposits of like the drip brings a little
Yeah.
piece of rock down and then it dries and you
Yeah.
can't touch the cave because it got raped as a child cave and now it'll stop forming if you touch it or whatever the science is. But yeah, you can't touch it. I think the oil from your finger. I still don't know what stalactite and stalagmite like the difference is.
You know what
And
I
every
would,
time I Google it, I read it and forget it as soon
Yeah.
as I'm finished the sentence.
You know what I think the problem is they
I don't care.
should have named it a little bit more different sounding.
Yeah, it's kind of a jap situation. Yeah, it's like which one are we
Jap, but
referring to?
different.
Yeah, KK Japo Japo. No, but it's beautiful. I'll show you some pictures. I mean, I'm sure you don't want to see them, but I got about 40 that I'd love to run by
Yeah, airdrop them.
you. No, I'd like to sit with you. Otherwise, you won't
Oh,
really.
and that's the mic. Yeah,
We took a tour that was we had to get up at like 8:30. And we were late, by the way, because you can only go we had to drive 30 minutes to the caverns, and you have to go over this mountain because we're in like I don't know. We're in like a mountainy area of Virginia,
Okay.
and there's one road that snakes through the mountain, and they were doing heavy construction, like an entire it's like a highway, whatever, double yellow line. They had a construction guy out going stop for like 15 minutes. And then they would
Jeez.
switch. So the people on the
Jeez.
other side of the mountain had to stop for 15 minutes. So on the way there, we're already cutting it close, and then we get stuck in one of these things. And Molly is like, I have diabetes, and I forgot my insulin, so we had to go back, and just like trying to do like I got COVID, so don't charge me kind of thing. I do love that she pulls out diabetes whenever she has to talk
You
to
have
customer
to.
service. She's like, hi, my name's I have diabetes, Molly at Cleppy. Anywho, she's the only Aklepi. Like, her family's the only Aklepi. If you search Aklepi, only her family comes up.
You
on
told me
Google.
that,
It's
yeah.
crazy. It's nuts. It's like something happened. Whatever could it be? Through darkness and blood,
There is a Clippy.
there is Aklepi. I hope I can keep that in. She'll probably be okay with it. Maybe not.
You've never said that in front of her?
What the? Oh, no, I haven't actually. No, she'll be fine with a joke. I just mean her last name. She should be okay. Just because it's like only going to point to her, there's like no other that it could be. It's like kind of
Well,
a
now you're just making
weird
it work.
situation. But so we're almost late to this tour, and we did the early morning one because it's the only time you can do this like guided tour.
Okay.
It was like $60 a piece, but I'm like, let's do it. It's
Gotta
an
go.
hour.
Gotta go to the experience.
It's an hour in the cavern, and you're guided by one of these like in character, old timey. I am a prospector, or whatever. So we're like excited about that.
Cool.
So but the only one's early in the morning. So we get there at 8:30. We catch it. We have to catch up to the group. Like they've already started
Got
the tour.
it. You're the last guy on the plane.
Exactly, but the planes just started moving, and I'm like trying to find a
Going-
bin for my luggage, and
Yeah.
we're at a 45-degree angle, and I'm flying back to the bathrooms.
Like, so you need your seatbelt on. Your seatbelt on during takeoff. Thank you so
Were you
much.
outside when we left? Were you outside?
Yeah, I'm hanging on the edge of the plane. So we finally catch up to the people, and it's a mother-daughter, and it's just us four.
Okay.
So PCU's like, could they have waited? We're half the group. It's a really cool tour. But the girl who was leading us, and she was a girl, must have been like late teens, like 19, 18. At a later point, like her grandpa walked through and was like, you guys enjoying the caverns? And she's like, you can see him, right? No. But she got the job, I think, because the grandpa or whatever. She just like seems young to be working here, let alone as
Nepotism.
a character actor.
Yeah.
You know, because I thought we get there and she's wearing like a red polka dot, you know, whatever, a bonnet, like a seemingly of the times. But then she just talks like a normal, like nervous high schooler. She's like, so this is Pluto's ghost and whatever. And she's doing a good job, but she's a little nervous. But I'm like, hey, come on, do a voice, you know?
Yeah, you gotta do a voice.
I
You're already in the
was throwing
bonnet.
peanuts at her. I'm like, do something.
Talk like they did back when.
Yeah, in the caves. Talk like they talked like the first people who saw this thing. And she's reading like at one point she read a little note. I'm like, "Hey, you're a woman. You're not supposed to know how to read." Oh, of the times.
Lady, hey, can I have some of my money back?
I didn't know I was going to be led by a dumb woman.
This madame was reading off of paper correctly.
Yeah. But she did have some. I mean, I'm glad we did the guided tour because otherwise you're just walking through a cave and like, ooh, but you don't know.
Yeah, then it wears off like in 5 minutes.
Yeah, and you don't really know. But I did come back with some fun facts. 'Cause
Okay,
we,
hit
we
me.
started. You know, it's 4 people.
This should be a section every episode. Zach's fun cave facts.
Fun cave facts.
Yeah.
Sure, and you can
fun
do,
cave Zach's.
You can do weird insects and what fun facts and bugs.
Yeah.
You did weird cave facts, fun facts and bugs. That's a whole podcast right there. That's a spinoff. If you broke off any piece of the stalactite, they used to let people break off pieces and take them home with them.
Oh, cool.
And then sometime in the 50s, they're like, we're not going to have a cave left if people keep doing this. So you can't touch, you can't break. And we're like, do people still try to break stuff off? And she's like, oh, yeah. And there's a fine. She said one time a woman with her stroller
Wow.
tried to just
Wow.
like bang off a fucking lightning bolt, Zeus's lightning bolt, to a
Jeez.
scepter from the cave, and you get fined per like cubic inch you break off.
Oh.
She got fined $7,000, and she didn't get to keep it, which is what I'm like. She got to keep it. They're like, no. I'm like, well, okay, she bought that.
Yeah, that's
Right.
$7,000.
She faked having a baby. She was clearly gonna roll it out as if like, no, my stalactite identifies as a baby. Actually, this is my kid. She tries to nurse it, just pokes a hole. See?
Milk and blood is
Milk-
spewing
oh,
out.
Yep, see, it's hungry. So, yeah, this lady took her stroller and went gangbusters on the cave.
That's crazy.
So, fun anecdotes like that, I would have gone without.
Yeah, you got it, but that's worth $60.
They had an organ in the cave that was kind of
Whoa.
bullshit. No, it was bullshit. What do you picture when I say cave organ? Because I pictured
I guess a big organ, or at least a
an organ,
Yeah.
with keys,
Yeah.
that you can play. That's not what this was. I thought it was going to be like literal, like an organ, and then it's somehow connected to the stalactites. They've hollowed out. some
Yeah, of
tubes
course.
and
It's
stuff.
one with the cave.
Exactly. That's what you're. So they got to rename it or something because expectations are sky
Is it
high.
just electric?
It's electric pulses that trigger hammers at random parts throughout the cave. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. And then she's like, so we're going to play a song, you know, Mighty Our Kingdom, some like religious song. And then it didn't sound like anything.
We're gonna play "Dare You to Move" by Switchfoot in the cave. There are Christian undertones, so please be prepared.
Yeah, we're going to play La Cucaracha, the Thunderstruck of Mexico. So I hope you enjoy. And it didn't sound like even notes. It was like, bang, boom, ba, bum, boop, beep, ba, ding, da. Da.
I have a cousin
She
that
was
talks like that.
Yeah, exactly. You give him 2 cookies and smile at him, pat him on the head. You don't fucking call him an organ.
Yeah.
You don't call him a cave organ.
I do make him sing a song though. It sounds a lot like that.
Yeah, I do hit him
So-
with a hammer until he sings good. But the cave organ was wildly disappointing. They have weddings down there though. You could rent out
that's
the cave.
cool. I would do that.
Yeah, but you want to play canon, walking down the cave aisle, and you just hear da, 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 da. You're like, is that?
The thing about the weddings here is you will not get to pick the band. It is automatically the cave organ. So that is the catch. And it will be a Monday wedding.
Cave organist is $20,000. I thought it was just a machine. Well, a guy has to hit on.
Yeah, come on.
He's the cave organist, the guy who turns it on.
You got one wedding, fuels him for the year.
Anything else happen with the Ray Caverns? No, we went hiking. It was fun. We did some serious hikes, which Molly pushed herself, and it is always nice. She's
Cool that Molly was there for the weekend.
Oh, it was great. It was awesome. We went hiking, and we did this one trail called a rock scramble.
Okay.
Which you think it's just going to be like, oh, we're going to be climbing on some rock. This was like climbing, like almost bouldering. Not quite, but we brought the dog.
Whoa.
And it had signs like, no dog. And we're like, don't tread on me. It's a free country. Freedom is hiking with your dog and no one telling you nothing about it. And then
It's taking a piss near your
and then we
trampoline.
get to this sheer cliff that we have to scale. And so I have the dog in one hand like a football, and Molly's like so scared because it's like misty, it's kind of raining, the rocks are wet. She's like, I don't know if I could forgive you if you killed my dog. I'm like, fair, but I'm not going to kill your dog.
Yeah.
But it was some jagged shit. Like,
whoa. So it would have died if it
like
dropped.
the most, like, when we did that hike with me, you, Heather, Molly, and stuff, and we kind of
Yeah.
climbed over those rocks, it was more intense than that. And that was, your hand over
Yeah.
foot.
Yeah.
And these are, it was a lot.
So you did this like King Kong holding the lady,
Exactly.
climbing a building.
Yeah, well, it's good that her dog likes being held and is kind of the size and shape of a football, or a rugby ball, kind of. It's like she's like a living log.
That must have been crazy for her. Just be like,
I was thinking, what is she thinking? That she's just getting airlifted up here by some god? Or like, is she looking down and being like, hope we don't fall? Or is she just like,
would have been funny if she threw up. Ah! That's we're really high up.
or if she was just like, yeah, she seemed to show no fear.
Wow.
So secure did she feel in my embrace.
Forearm, yeah.
Yeah, so that was fun, but that was dicey.
Wow.
That's one of the last trips that I'm pictured with my backpack.
Oh, man. Oh, I saw that. I was like, oh, this is he's got a good pick of the pack.
Yeah, gotta get a pack pick. Well, when I first messaged Stooping, I had just a JPEG of like a JanSport,
Yeah.
For sale. And I don't know if they thought that was like bullshit. So I'm like, well, maybe if I give them the real picture,
Maybe if
then they'll see
yeah.
that I wear it.
Oh, he uses it. All right, guys, post it. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fucked up. I saw that and I didn't want to respond because I was like, I don't want to bring this up. But I was like, dang, that sucks.
I would have appreciated a dang that sucks.
You
You can message me, whatever.
A lot of people tell me that too, but I feel like it's nicer to be like, I don't want to bring that because then what my thought is, what if you're having a good day, like a little bit of, and then I'm
not really like
sucks.
that. I think I do my own processing, and then I can talk about it
Okay, because I almost
for
sent
future reference.
all caps. That sucks.
Backspace, backspace, backspace. He's not ready.
He's probably having a better day right now.
Doesn't need to be brought back to the pack.
To the pain.
Well, that might be it. I think we've definitely
Take
filled
me
the time.
back. All right. God bless our troops, our forest rangers, our
POWs, our MIAs, our paper planes, our owl cities, our bouncers, the men in front of the velvet rope,
the cave organist.
the cave organist. Yes, we've brought all these people into the light. The 19-year-old who could have done a better job. Certainly won't get the leading role. She's going to be cast as
Definitely
a
not.
tree in the school
Yeah.
play.
So
Can we 86 the tree? Sorry, I forgot we were. It's a desert scene. We don't need a tree.
bring in Hugh Laurie.
Would you lie down and wear all khaki? Because you could be sand if you want. All right, guys. But thanks for listening. We appreciate you. If anyone wants to edit these, that would be nice. And you will realize that we're not actually funny. But
Not at all. If you want the dream to die, but you also
if you
love
want
to
the
edit,
dream to die, but to be a part of that, then hit me up, overshadowedpod@gmail.com. If you write hate mail, we will read it on the pod.
yeah,
right?
please.
Little anti-current action, right? Got to publish your detractors, makes you stronger. Follow me at Zach Russell Comedy anywhere you get comedy content.
Follow me at Charles_Ingle. If you live in New York, you can come and see us every Tuesday at Freestyle Comedy. Subscribe to the pod, leave a review, follow us on Patreon.
Check out the Patreon, please. I Yeah, it would be nice to get some money. I was listening to early episodes of Come Town, and episode 60, they're already talking about how wildly successful the podcast is, and how they're making money. And I'm like, 60's coming up.
I know. I saw Jeff and Alex on You're an Idiot's like at like a great amount of Patreon already. And I'm
Really?
Like, I don't know about like great, but like impressive for the amount
Oh,
of
I
time.
thought I looked it up recently, and I was happy to see they didn't list it, but maybe that was just on my phone.
Alex on his story, I think a couple weeks ago, was like, 100 already. Or I don't know if it was 1,000 or 100.
That's awesome.
But I was like, that is awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah, so check out You're an Idiot, Jeffrey Asmus, Alex Dragovich, very funny. Subscribe to our Patreon. Again, I think there's like 1 or 2 slots you can still squeeze in for $2.50 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you guys for listening. We'll see you next time.